What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, or I guess welcome to the stream maybe for the first time if you're just tuning in now to us over here on Tactical Tortoise TV on Twitch. This is our new Twitch channel. We're going to be doing this on a sort of a trial basis for the next couple of weeks and just see how Twitch treats us. It has a couple of advantages over the YouTube streaming that we've been doing. And I should have the archives for this moved over to YouTube at some point in the not-too-distant future, although there will be a delay on that. So theoretically, we'll be able to shift those over. The players are just going through their deployment now. We have, over in the red side, Goddard, a.k.a. CoGo from the Discord channel, playing Custodes. Exciting to see the Emperor's Golden Boys make it to the finals table of T5S2 event. That's super sick. Versus, on the other side, he doesn't put it in, but the one and only movie star himself, Matt Damon, also known as Jonathon, from the last stream we did, actually, over on the YouTube. That was Ashley Thompson versus Jonathon, playing Harlequins in the blue. And Jonathon was able to put up an incredible fight in that game, basically being tabled right off the table, but using the maneuverability and the resilience of Harlequins to hold on just long enough to get a dominating lead on the primary objective and eventually win through. So hopefully we're going to see a similar level of play from these players this game, and I am super excited to see these two pretty hot meta armies fight against each other. We've seen a lot of Harlequins on the stream in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Harlequins, one of the strongest factions in the entire game right now, and pulling out some incredible win rates. And Custodes, well, they started strong in 9th edition and have some really powerful and really good mechanics for the game. They haven't quite been putting up the same level of results, so we'll see if Goddard can pull that back and put up a good showing for his Golden Boys here. Now, unfortunately, this mission may be a little not super conducive to the Custodes game plan, given that it is 6 objectives, and the Custodes tend to excel on either the objectives where you can lock in objectives and hold them indefinitely, or the missions with smaller numbers of objectives that they can just really jam, you know, the heart of their army right directly down their opponent's throat. Those are where Custodes really do well, but we do see a little bit of a more spread list, a slightly faster version of the standard Custodes list coming out of Goddard this game, which I'm really happy to see. What's up, everybody in the chat? True and Cernois, go Clowns. Yeah, who are people in the chat rooting for right now? Are people looking for Clowns, or are people looking for the Goldie Boys? MD Guy says Emperor Protects, so probably rooting for some Custodes over there. Also looking for any feedback that people have on the stream setup in general. Twitch has a couple differences from YouTube, so there are a couple things I had to switch around, but hopefully it looks okay. So the players going through deployment right now, and as they are, we'll talk about their lists. You should be able to. I'm actually just going to try it in chat here. You should be able to get lists from our bot. There they are. So you can exclamation point lists in the chat to get it. I should note as well, very cool, we are doing a big giveaway for Tactical Tortoise off the YouTube channel. You can find that if you go to youtube.com/tacticaltortoise. Slavio, thanks for following. Appreciate it. If you head on over to youtube.com/tacticaltortoise and hit up the community tab, we have a giveaway going right now because we just reached 10,000 subscribers over on the YouTube. We're going to give away a Tyranid Battle Force, which is very exciting. Probably one of the most hotly contested battle forces, the most exciting ones, because it has a lot of really good units in it, and those sold out almost immediately. But I snagged one. I was able to snag one, and we're going to be giving it away. You can find all of the information for how to join that there over on that community tab. So one of the ways you can get entries to join is by following us on Twitch. So that's cool. Rogue Trader 13 having the hardest time versus the Clown Cousins. That's fair. I think they're definitely one of the strongest factions in the game right now. Probably the strongest faction in the game. Fireman's 12 says go Goddard. So it looks like the Custodes have some supporters in the chat room as well. But speaking of supporters, let's talk about the lists. So over here on Jonathon's list, this is a bit of an interesting combined arms version of a Harlequins list. It is putting a lot of its eggs into the fusion pistol basket, so we'll see how that goes for Jonathon. It's running a Shadow Seer with a grenade launcher, who has taken both Shield from Harm and Veil of Illusion using the Pivotal Roll stratagem. It's taking a Shadow Stone as its relic for some additional range on its aura abilities and Twilight Pathways, as well as, I didn't write down the second psychic power here, but it's the Mind War one, Mirror Minds, which allows him potentially to Mind War some Custodies to death. Any way you can dole out mortal wounds to these Custodies to get through that 2+ armor, 4+ invulnerable, or 3+ invulnerable on the Storm Shield guys is always going to be good. There are 2 Troop Masters in this list, both with Choreographer of War. One has been upgraded with the Pivotal Roll stratagem to also have Darkness Bite to deal, again, an additional 2 mortal wounds to a Custodes model after it fights. That one is the Warlord, has the Sky Strider Warlord trait, so it's able to fall back into a transport after fighting, as well as the Twilight Fang Relic for a bunch of extra damage. Both of these Troop Masters have fusion pistols, and the other one just has a Harlequin's Caress. But I really like that Jonathon has put 2 Troop Masters into the list. I think a lot of Harlequins lists tend to bring a single Troop Master, and then they start losing out on that Choreographer of War aura. And they really kind of fall apart there, because the Harlequin Troopers themselves, their damage output is not great without that full reroll to wound. But as soon as the Troop Master ends up there, oh boy, do they do a lot of damage. And speaking of Harlequin players, we have a lot of them on the table. We have 6 units of 5 players. 4 units have 5 fusion pistols each. 1 unit has 2 units have 3 caresses. 1 unit has 4 fusion pistols, and another one is equipped with 3 kisses. So generally adding a couple of ablative wounds in there on the less heavily upgraded Harlequins, so that if their transport blows up, they aren't super worried about it. But this is a Soaring Spite detachment, so all of those guys are going to be able to get in the transport, advance 22 inches, and then shoot their fusion pistol at full effectiveness. And these Custodians are just going to hope that their invulnerable saves hold out against the onslaught of immense numbers of fusion pistols coming at them. We also have a Death Jester with Humbling Cruelty, as well as 3 units of Skyweavers and 6 Starweavers. The Skyweavers, there's 2 units of 3, as well as 1 unit of 4. Every single one has a Zephyr Glaive and a Haywire Cannon. A lot of times we'll see 2 units of 10 Skyweavers, so you can get that Prismatic Blur going on 2 of them. With Twilight Pathways, you can have 1 advance naturally, and then the other one advance during your Psychic phase and get that 3+ invulnerable save on them. Really try to box your opponent in. Looks like Jonathon's, he's put a little bit more resources into his Starweavers, excuse me. And taking multiple units of 3 gives him a little bit more options for scoring, because you can sort of split your army up a little bit. Although I do think that units of 3 are going to get knocked out pretty quickly, just sort of randomly, which can happen. So we'll see how Jonathon uses them. I think it's an interesting decision for his list. MT Guy told my fiance excitedly Goddard was playing Warhammer on Twitch. Yeah, it's a sentence that not everyone, I think, understands the importance of right off the top of right off the bat. Moving over to Goddard's list. Speaking of Goddard, we have Shadow Keepers Battalion, led by Trajan Valoris, the great man himself, for a big old reroll aura, as well as a Shield Captain in Terminator armor with a grenade launcher, Castellan Axe, and Misericordia. We have a unit of 3 Custodians with Storm Shields, as well as 2 units of 4 Sagittarium Custodians. Now, these are going to be the newly upgraded ones with their buff from Imperial Armor, with their 2 damage Sagittarium Heavy Bolters here, whatever those are called. Excuse me, Adrastus Bolt Calivers. I'm sorry. Not just a Heavy Bolter. Not a normal Heavy Bolter, too. I think they get an extra point of AP. No, they don't. They're just a Heavy Bolter, but they're Assault. I think the Sagittarium Guard, definitely one of the most interesting troop options in Custodes already, and the buff in in Imperial Armor was just insanity. Not only can they, double tap and shoot 4 multi-damage shots apiece at Strength 5, but also just being able to put 2 damage, a high volume of 2 damage shots down range with their standard profile is very powerful as well. Really impressed by those guys. And I think we've been talking about it a lot, but a heavy bolter profile is kind of where you want to be right now. It's able to kill heavy infantry, which are sort of the name of the game, and you're also able to threaten vehicles and really plink them apart. You almost always want a high volume of heavy bolter shots over almost any other version of shooting in the game, so it's really powerful that they're able to take that. They also have a little bit extra access to that in the Venatari Custodians with their kinetic destroyers here as well, which are also 2 damage shots, 2 shots apiece, and I believe that they get additional shots somehow. I apologize. They also got a buff in in Imperial Armor. They went to 2+ armor save as well, which is pretty good. So their destroyers, yeah, they have exploding 6s to hit. Is how they get their additional shots, but a lot of 2 damage shooting. Just a little pinch, just here to heckle Goddard. Little beating my Tau up with his guard. That's rude. You gotta give Tau a little something, something. Come on. So interestingly, finishing off this list for Goddard, he has a unit of 5 Aquilon Custodians. Looks like they're probably starting in Deep Strike to bring them in alongside his. Oh no, they're starting on the table. Just kidding. They're just gonna chill by his Vexilla Magnifica for -1 to be hit. But so I guess we're not gonna be Deep Striking this game. I guess that's fair. You have a lot of really throwaway, MSU style units in the Harlequins army that they can screen out well with. So you probably don't really want to have to commit those guys in immediately. But we also have Vixilla's Praetor, just like I mentioned, with the Vexilla Magnifica. 5 Venatari Custodians, like I said before, as well as the one thing he is teleporting in is a Telemon Heavy Dreadnought that is sitting in a golden light teleporter, ready to come in.
He's going to go there. We're going to do number 2.
Which I think is pretty interesting, but we'll see how that plays out for the Custodes here.
The other while we stand, we fight Starweaver. He's going to hide in the back.
Just a little pinch. Goddard only started playing his Golden Boys after I tabled his army with them. That is, I mean, everybody kind of, I think everyone secretly likes Custodes, right? Nobody's like, oh man, those stupid Custodes, I hate that faction. Everyone's like, they're kind of cool. They got cool jet bikes and stuff. And then as soon as 9th edition came around and they became so incredibly powerful, everyone used that as an excuse to pick them up, I think. I was on the verge of picking up a Custodes army myself. That matchup is... I play Tyranids normally, and that matchup is ridiculously difficult to get through with Tyranids. And I was like, oh, I could just play it myself. It's like 20 models. It doesn't take that long to paint. You can paint it in an afternoon. It's not that expensive. All these Forge World models might be a little bit here. Here's the roll to go first, it looks like. Let's see what we get. 6 for the Harlequins, and a 4 for the Custodes. So it looks like we probably have Harlequins going first. I'll send it back to the players' mics real quick.
I don't want to redeploy any of my stuff, so you can just do yours.
Oh, that's right. You can redeploy like a bunch of your stuff, right?
I could redeploy up to 4 units.
That's ridiculous. You mind taking the thing off this guy? Just pain in the ass for me. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, if you ever want bubbles or anything, just let me know and I can throw them on. No problem.
Will do. I just need to get a...
So we do have a Castellan's mark I didn't mention on the
Gaming
Vexilla's
rig.
Praetor. So that's going to give Goddard a little bit of a defensive redeploy.
Could even just get a separate keyboard.
And it looks like...
Could. That would be smart.
Looks like the Harlequins are going first. And we're just going to pull those guys away, those Aquilons away, so that they're not in danger of getting hit with those by those Starweaver fusion pistols.
Do something
We'll see
like
if the
that.
Harlequins elect to respond with a redeploy of their own, since they have
All right,
multiple ways to do that.
So,
Good luck to you.
Good luck. So blue first, and yeah, let's start it up. All right. So we are going to. Oh, Trevor, you messed up the time. I'll just wait till he gets this fixed, and then.
What's up?
He's trying to start the clock.
Oh, we have a clock?
We do have a chess clock.
Oh. Is that for all final games?
I think so, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So the player number 5 squad is going to Scramblers, my deployment zone.
Yeah, so we do use a 90-minute per player chess clock, which is usually more than enough for finals games. It's also, if you're playing in the tactical tourist pods, it's also, you're allowed to use it during the standard, your standard play. You can just request that from your opponent that you use it. But that is to keep the play a little bit quick. We have had some in season 1 anyway. We had some really long games, but no more. So here we go with the Harlequins. Now Harlequins going first is probably a lot of people's worst nightmare. I think they're so fast. They're able to put so much pressure on their opponent. They're able to just hit. They don't hit super hard. They do hit relatively hard, but they're able to take so much board space and make it so difficult for you to take them out that they can really sort of push a first turn advantage, like sort of through the stratosphere. First turn advantage is already very strong in 9th edition 40k at this time. It's about, at least at finals tables, I think it's about you're about 65 or 70% to win going first. So already we're fighting from the back foot here as the Custodes, but we'll see if they're going to be able to fight back. And then also, obviously, on top of that disadvantage, the Harlequins going first. The Harlequins can play going second, but I think they will probably win more often going first.
Yeah, they just they just hide and get me a free points, essentially, most games.
Chess clock exists equals sad boys noises.
These player 6
sad boyses, am I right?
Hey. They're just going to be right,
yeah,
smidge away from it.
Orcs specifically tend to be a little bit awkward on clocks because they not only do they have a lot of models, which doesn't necessarily take a lot of time in and of itself, but you also tend to get into melee on the top of turn 1, and that's when things start taking ridiculously long. Harlequins do the same thing, but their units are much smaller and they tend to die very quickly. So a lot of times you'll see a Harlequin army end the game with about 5 models left on the table, but they'll have so many points it doesn't matter.
12.
But yeah, orcs can definitely take a long time.
Could be on that objective without being in range of it.
So you have to be cognizant of it.
Very far edge of it. So that actually might not be
range of a charge.
Terrible idea. No, in range of the guns. As long as I'm inside the Shadowseer aura, but
I want to say a big thanks to everybody who's following right now. Really helps a lot to get a big boost of followers right as we start streaming on Twitch, so I really appreciate it. And the goal is to stream every day this week. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming 40k, but it helps us a lot if we get a full week of streaming going right off the bat. So I'm gonna try to be doing that. I may stream some video games and some random stuff later on over the course of the week. So hopefully people are back to check that out. But also we'll have some event coverage. We should have the CPCS Invitational.
I want to have the option.
Concluding over the next 1 to 2 weeks, and I'll have some games from that streamed live as well as potentially some 40k gameplay also.
Gotcha. Okay. So these green bikes are just going to come up to here. We're just going to smidge them in like that. The Death Jester Starweaver. It would be nice to be able to get shots onto your Aquilons to slow him down, but we're not going to be able to do that turn 1. So he's just going to fly on up to here and just get ready for next turn because that's his job. We'll be able to go over there if need be. Yeah, so I basically made sure that you can't charge them.
Yep.
So more than 18 inches away, because you can't advance a charge or anything like that, can you?
Nope.
Okay.
I guess I'd need a 12 with this guy.
Yeah, you could do the Venatari, but I'm not too scared of the Venatari.
So Harlequins have a little bit of an advantage here.
And the Venatari, they don't really have
just thanks to their sort of immense mobility over the Custodes. So basically what we're seeing here is that the Harlequin player is just going to essentially refuse to flank this Custodes army. So basically do what the Custodes tried to do to him, where they had initially a unit of Aquilon Terminators behind on this objective here and wanted to make it so that those Starweavers couldn't get over and fight them. by pulling them obviously back to the center. Now, unfortunately, there's not really an easy way for the Custodes player to sort of take up that board space. So they're not really threatening anything through the center right now. Since these ruin walls here are obscuring, so there's not a lot of shooting that's going to be able to reach anything behind that, and the mobility of the Harlequins army is going to mean that they can move around that pretty quickly.
I mean, we can figure it out next turn, I guess. I don't have to figure it out now. He's just going to go here, stay an inch away from the wall just in case.
Rumor has it Colin secretly plays the Dark God for 6s.
Starweaver number 4.
Yeah, so there is a Telemon as well as the Shield Captain in Terminator armor.
These guys.
In reserve for the
even
Custodes.
if they advance, they won't be able to get to their side of that wall.
This is a funky looking Telemon.
Could get on
a little tall.
If they advance a lot. Or the Venatari might just go over there. And hold that there. Yeah, so this Starweaver is just going to come up towards the wall and just be an inch away from it. You cannot fight me through it.
Is there in that one?
There are. This one has number 4, so it has a number.
Yeah, chat asking if giving up objective number 5 was the correct play. It is an interesting one. I don't think that those Aquilons are really either threatened by the fusion, obviously, but you kind of have to take it on the chin, I think, as Custodes in this matchup. You can't really just be, give yourself up. And if your opponent overcommits a bunch of Starweavers in to kill that unit, and you just go in with Arcane Genetic Alchemy, so they only wound on 4s. Maybe you CP reroll a invulnerable save in there. You just need to roll kind of hot, and you can tank a lot of that fusion shooting, and then just mop up whatever's left.
These guys are up there. Those guys are there. Okay.
And I honestly don't think that the Harlequins would have would have committed super hard into objective 5. Not to mention the fact that everything in this Custodes army is objective secured. So those
so it's going to be on the red bikes.
Those Starweavers aren't even going to be able to grab those objectives away unless the players get out of them. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to be... Yeah, I think trying to get a prismatic blur going on this blue unit. Oh, I think that was from the wrong unit there, bud. Oh, that's all from red. Okay, excuse me.
So I actually get engage points.
Yeah, so the Skyweavers have the potential of receiving benefits from the Shadowseer aura if we get that stratagem used on the Custodes turn, and they are going to be able to grab objective 5. Now, this does give the Custodes something to do. I'm not sure that is really necessary. It does force the Custodes to move out of their cover, but they're going to do that anyway. So this feels a little aggressive from the Harlequins, but he's got Skyweavers to spare. Maybe he's not super worried about it.
There we go.
And can be on the objective.
Yeah, just his toe. I think I have to be a little bit closer.
Just the pinky.
Yeah, there we go.
Even in virtual games, God advantage just to find cheap Chinese recast figures.
Yeah, so you might be able to get shots with like one of them.
R.I.P. War Table, am I right?
That's fine.
I think they finally got lawyered, but
just spin this guy. Okay.
I don't think you can keep.
And then we will do a the Mirror Binds, which does go off on a 9, so it's just something with 27 inches, so it's just going to be the Venatari. That's the only thing. So if you want to grab a dice over here, I got the red one over here.
This one I can deny on a 4-up.
You could if you want, yes. Because it does target you.
It's just a single mortal wound, right? Every
time I equal or beat your dice roll, you take a mortal wound.
It's a single mortal wound. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, but then we repeat until you beat me or it dies.
Gotcha.
It can only kill one model, though.
Oh, it can't keep going.
No.
Okay.
So it kills one model and then it ends.
Gotcha. And I do have a 6-up Feel No Pain to this too. Yep. If I deny the Feel No Pain, does it keep rolling?
It does, yes.
Okay. Actually, let's see what this can do. Let's have some fun.
So you get the red dice over here.
Okay. I'll come over to you.
Yep.
So we didn't use a 4+ deny on this. So we're just going to
roll
roll
off. It's going to be tough.
Hey! There it is.
And,
all right.
Never mind, it doesn't do anything. All right.
Easy second phase. All right. Shooting.
I guess it's longer range than Shards of Light and doesn't require line of sight.
Nothing.
But I think most of the time
Fights,
you probably
morals,
the reliability of a Shards of Light.
So over to you. So I will get 2 for engage, and I will have my first scramblers.
Oh, he also generates an engage on all front by moving that
Skyweaver
Skyweaver squad out. So that is worth it, I think.
Oh, no worries.
Although you can probably squeak a unit into the front, right up in here.
All right.
to grab that engage on all fronts.
These Minotaur are going to move.
They're running away.
They're 12. Should get on that objective.
My helpful bot in the chat reminding everybody how they can sign up to potentially win a Tyranny Battle Force.
Have to be a little bit closer to that wall.
Thanks, helpful bot in the chat.
The Sagittarium 1, which is these 4 here, will advance.
Sure.
For 3, so they can go 9 inches. Oh, could you pop 6-inch bubbles on Trajan and the guy for me, please? Thank you. So, sorry, I rolled 3, so they go 9. So, sorry, I rolled color code them 2, 3, so they go 9. So, sorry, I rolled color code them 2, 3, so they go 9. I go 9. Am I within 30? That's the question.
Apologies for that, chat. I accidentally popped a new window open, so I duplicated the audio there for a second.
Just way to pre-measure that, buddy.
I didn't even pre-measure that one.
I know.
But hey, I'll take my stroke of genius.
Yep.
My lucky stroke of genius.
So in that case, I think these guys are just going to move back a wee bit. The other Sagittarium squad will
moving out a little aggressively here with the Sagittarium.
Sounds good.
Although again, they don't.
Oh, they're going speedy.
They don't have many options. They're kind of. Custodes basically can only ever move forward. There's only one direction to go. So here we go. And sort of helpfully, since almost the entire Harlequins army is -1 to be hit, you can advance this entire unit and double tap all their guns without any issues. You don't really care about that. What is up with these colliders? Why is this guy phased?
The 3-man custodian.
The table here.
Guard squad will advance.
Weird.
For 2. They go 8. So that's like a 7. Well, I guess it wasn't necessarily an inch, but I can move in. Just going to spread them out a little bit.
I'm also interested. I'm not sure that I mentioned before, but there's also a unit of prosecutors in this Custodes list. It's not really a unit that we've seen very often.
Up 6, not touching the wall.
Makes sense.
Oops.
Actually, sorry. He's going to move back. Oh, sorry, I moved him already. So yeah, he's going to move back 6. Sorry,
yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to pull up their data sheet real quick here, so we can talk about
when you do an action with a character, their aura abilities turn off for the turn, right?
Correct, yes.
So, yeah, the prosecutors themselves are essentially sort of a sororitas unit with extra steps. They have a bolt gun, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength toughness 3, but they do have a 3+ power armor save. Their big upside is that they have a -1 to cast aura for 18 inches, which interestingly stacks with other Sisters of Silence units around them. And then also they reroll wounds against Psychers. Now, I'm not sure that we have any particular plan in mind for these ladies. It is the -1 to cast aura is very nice for the Shadow Seer, since the Shadow Seer's abilities are so important, and also not it doesn't have any bonuses to cast really. A Shadow Seer is just roll into and hope it gets 6, and with -1 to cast, it can really stifle it. But also, it's a 60-point unit that sits on objectives, and that's pretty nice, especially for Custodes, which can't really bring any infantry outside outside of their 150-point Sagittarium or Custodian squads. Having a unit of a 60-point unit of ladies to just camp this back objective here and be relatively difficult to kill versus indirect fire with that good armor save, I think is probably pretty worth it. That's basically what's allowing Goddard to push so far forward the rest of his army here.
Oh yeah, you can get him inside the -1.
there.
Chat pointing out as well, the ladies also protect the characters from fusion coming in the back. That's fair. We could potentially see a cheeky Twilight pathways on one of these Skyweavers to have a double move in the back.
Well, I would have. I only have to draw a line of line of sight.
To any model. Yeah. Oh, that's right. And then the whole unit. It's on a per model basis. Is that right?
It is, yeah. So if I can draw it to one model in the unit, then I don't get -1 to hit. So basically, they would all have to be inside the dense cover.
So I guess.
Gotcha.
Robert asks, it's a Talons list instead of a pure Custodes list. That's a good question.
So they're in the bubble.
I'm not 100% sure.
I
believe that there's a clause in the Custodes
the
detachments
bubble
that you can bring in Sisters of Silence units, but I'm not 100. I'm not off
yeah,
the top of my head.
I don't remember my colors.
Let's go look.
And the I think that's all my movement for this turn.
Okay.
Sorry, at the end, Venatar will also raise a banner.
Yeah, makes sense.
And
part of the benefit of having that speedy unit allows them to drop banners in the center pretty well.
Oh, sorry.
We do have a couple shots.
Right,
I think we can make
range,
from these Sagittarian.
Yeah.
30 inches. Yeah, just.
Very easy turn one.
Yeah, pretty easy turn one. So what? I click my.
Yeah, you just click the big.
Yeah, so Talons of the Emperor just allows,
the
just to answer the question in chat, Talons of the Emperor just allows a Sisters of Silence unit to enter a Custodes detachment, but doesn't stop it from being a Custodes detachment. It's sort of like Agent of the Imperium that Assassins and Inquisitors have, where you can enter a different detachment, but it still retains all of its normal rules and abilities. So it is still technically a Shadowkeeper's Custodes detachment, even though there are Sisters of Silence.
All right, so nothing to do with the command phase. So movement. What's the range in your heroic, by the way? Is it 3 inches?
Yeah.
Okay. So these guys are gonna. Number 4 is gonna get out.
So big 15 scored for the Harlequins after round 1. Not super surprising.
Side of the wall, and then they're going to hop over to the other side.
The vast majority of the objectives. And unfortunately, there's not a huge recourse here that the.
We just want to stay 3 inches away from you.
That the Custodes have to stop losing those primary points. So I think they're going to continue to bleed primary points for a while.
We'll take it.
And if we put all 5 Harlequins here, we're actually going to break the banner that the Venatari put on there, so that's unfortunate as well.
May as well put some fusion pistols into guys. Try to kill.
Get within fusion range.
No, I think I'm okay.
So obviously the fusion pistols will roll an additional 5 damage. I thought about it, but
I decided against it.
Once they get within 3 inches, but they'll also be open to the Custodes heroic intervention stratagem, in which case those would probably be some dead Harlequin players.
What does a boat want to do?
But they will
probably just a nice deep strikes, actually. He's dropped off his payload, so now he just kind of goes over here. Protects against the Telemon.
Yeah, this is a pretty good move from the Harlequin player as well, I think. Just using empty Skyweavers, or Starweavers, excuse me, to open that, or to expand that anti-deep strike bubble. Looks like he's already piled 1 unit of players out, and has another empty Starweaver, and he's just going to use it to try to box these Custodes in for as long as possible. Basically, all he needs to do is continue the pressure on the primary objective, and if he can, even if he doesn't kill any Custodes models at all, if he just keeps the Custodes into this single quarter, he's going to be locking enough points off from them that they're not going to really have a chance to get back in the game.
The red bikes.
And that's really, I think, that's mostly the power of Harlequins right now. They can do a reasonable amount of damage, and they're relatively scary, but they don't kill super hardcore. But what they do is they take so much board space, and they box you in so hard that it's difficult to get back. Speaking of which, I think we should talk about the player secondaries quickly. Over on Goddard's side for the Custodes, where we have taken Bring It Down, While We Stand We Fight, Raise the Banners High. While we stand, we fight. I think almost always a very good pick for Custodes. It's so difficult to kill their individual units out. The one downside is that you can't really, you can't kind of play the denial game with it, because the units that you will have to choose for While We Stand, We Fight are the ones that your opponent is incentivized to kill. That said, they are Custodes models, so they're very, very difficult to take out. In this case, the 3 picks are going to be the Telamon Dreadnought, the Vexillus Praetor, and Trajan Valoris. The Telamon Dreadnought is you know, with its -1 damage and its invulnerable save is very difficult to take out by itself. But then also the characters being relatively tough on their own is pretty strong too. We also have Raise the Banners High, which we can already see trying to score some points here, although unfortunately I think it's going to be tough. This isn't a perfect mission for Raise the Banners. It is pretty common on Surround and Destroy, but since you only have 2 objectives in your deployment zone, it's not sort of the greatest position to be in for it. Over on the Harlequin side, we have Engage on all fronts, Deploy Scramblers, and While We Stand, We Fight. Engage on all fronts is a classic, especially for Harlequins, but also just going first, it means that you're going to be able to score an immense number of points on it. While We Stand, We Fight is actually, interestingly, a pretty common pick for Harlequins as well. It's very difficult to kill Harlequin characters, and those tend to be the most expensive models in the army. I imagine it's the 3 HQ choices are going to be the While We Stand picks. And it's hard to lose those guys, honestly. You know, you can have a character sitting inside or next to a dedicated transport, and you have to kill the dedicated transport through -1 to be hit, through potentially -1 to be wounded, and through its invulnerable save, then kill the entire, or at least kill half of the Harlequin troop squad that piles out, and that's even if it's, you know, that character's not standing near any jet bikes or anything. And usually one of those things is going to be out of line of sight to your range attacks also. It's very difficult to take out Harlequin characters without really serious indirect fire, I should say.
So now we have that. 9 over here, so we just need to make sure we're getting this corner. Which we are.
So far, I think the Harlequin picks for secondary objectives, I think, is going to benefit them a little bit more than the Custodes.
Actually, I guess you could bring your...
At the end of the day, bring it down, unfortunately, can't be maxed for this Harlequin army. And the Skyweavers have an annoying tendency to survive on 1 wound. So it's difficult to really, you know, get as many points as you would want to out of that.
And then this other one is just going to...
And I think it's pretty likely that one of those Custodes characters gets killed unless these, you know, the Harlequins sort of never get into the fight there. I do think that we'll probably see only 10 points scored for While We Stand for the Harlequins, assuming that their Darkness Bite, Twilight Fang, Troopmaster needs to commit at some point, because that guy will die instantaneously. And then we also see 10 points scored for Display Scramblers, but I think we're going to be losing a bunch of points for or bleeding a bunch of points on the Custodes side for in their secondary objectives. Raise the banners and bring it down, especially.
It would be a launch charge, though.
Because you have to, like, basically go up and over.
Yeah. So, actually, I'll just move them so that they're an inch away
Truths
from
or
the wall.
not, I believe that the bikes cost more than the characters. Is that the case?
Okay.
Just, like...
That would surprise me.
There. Just so you can't stand on top of it.
Yep. Happened to me. Good move.
Yeah.
See if he's
okay,
noted anywhere.
I
I believe
that is the movement phase. I'm not mistaken. These
the
guys are just hanging out.
Skyweavers
Yeah.
are.
So, we got Scramblers
points?
going.
No.
Yeah.
50...
So Psychic Phase. We're just gonna
55
throw out another Mirror of Minds.
And I think the characters are all.
We'll go for
The
the
Shadow
7.
Seer is
Fails
certainly
on
the most
6.
expensive, but I believe the Troopmasters are 70s.
I mean, am I even in range of anything that's valuable? Not really. I mean, I could try to kill one of the Aquilons. It's unlikely, though. I mean, I'll just roll another one. Yeah, we're fine. No other Psychic. So let's go ahead and shoot. Death Jester into the Aquilons. 3 shots. Hits on 3s because you're -1 hit. Hits all of them. Strength 6 or 3s to wounds. That is 3 wounds at no AP.
3 wounds on 2-up save.
So we're just chucking some shuriken cannon shots over here.
Oh,
We do one wound on an Aquilon Custodian. It's awkward.
Okay, and then the Starweaver may as well do the exact same thing.
Oh, and that slows him down
6
as well.
shots
Brutal.
into them. on 3s, or sorry, 4s.
On 4s, yep.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
And 3s to wounds. 1 wound and no AP.
Almost would have liked to see these
more.
Aquilons
2 up.
teleported, just so that the they couldn't
All
be
right.
slowed.
Cool. Are these guys in range? No, that's fine. So let's do these players. We're gonna do. Who do I want to kill more? We want to kill the Venatari more.
Chat, didn't realize they were doing battle
We're
lines
gonna do the
deployment.
14
Yeah,
pistols into the Venatari, and then the other guy will just throw up.
it sure looks like that. we're just gonna base trade here. We should rotate the camera.
Yeah.
We're just playing. We're playing short table edge deployment
So
now.
hitting on, they're not inside the -1.
Unfortunately not. No.
Okay, so 3 hits. That is 4 hits. Thank God they're not in the -1.
Yep.
And then 4s to wounds. Only 1 wound. Just before you roll or not, I just want to see if should I re-roll one of those. Yeah, I will CP one of those. See if we can get another one through. Yes, 2 wounds at -4.
So those are fusion pistols
Okay.
going in on the Venatari.
Both invulnerable saves.
Let's see some 4s rolled here, chat. Boom!
They're loving
Sink
it.
some both.
Sorry.
Get out of here.
Okay,
CP
and then the
reroll
plasma
on your
grenade, how
fusion
many
pistol.
shots? 4 shots. On 3s. And on 5s. Nothing. Okay. That is the shooting phase. There's no charging. And no fights. No morales.
What a fighty
So,
game.
Yeah, over to you. I will get 2 more for engage.
Now I will mention that this feels like sort of a lame game plan to play through for Jonathon. Just playing the
And I'm holding 1 objective.
the fire and fade kind of game style,
All right.
where he's just going to play super cagey and try not to get hit as long as possible. But I think that's 100% the way you have to play, and especially against Custodes. If you commit into a Custodes army, you're just gonna die. they hit so ridiculously hard.
So they could go
Their
40.
units almost universally outclass yours, especially as a Harlequin player. All of your models are strength 3 or strength 4. They do have the rerolls to wound, but their AP is not that good. You can Oromite and Adamantium the Aquilons like right through that and just kill their entire army. As a Custodes player, you have a lot of access to interrupts, especially on objectives against. So you can sort of fade curtain falls, and it's really brutal for the Harlequins, or to try to win that fight. So you have to just play for a scenario, and that's absolutely what Jonathon's doing, and that's absolutely what he should be doing. That's the strength of his list, and he's playing to it. And very often, I think we were talking about this in Jonathon versus Ashley's game from the Pod 16 finals, that
So it's like 10 inches.
there is an impetus for a lot of Harlequins players, especially newer Harlequins players, to engage immediately and just push as far forward as you possibly can, and use Twilight Pathways to just sink your entire army into your opponent's army, spend a bunch of CP, do a bunch of damage, and it feels good to do, but a lot of times it loses you the game because you don't have the same level of momentum in the late game. And that's something that Jonathon's very good at not getting sucked into, and you'll see very good Harlequin players are able to do that, and it makes their games much more consistent.
Get shots that way.
Okay, so they will advance.
Sure.
Looks like we were probably aiming for a long bomb charge off of the Sagittarums into this player's troop in the back. I think that's really what Goddard's going to need here to get back in this game.
I should really be mindful.
It'll be interesting to see if he decides to, or elects to bring that Telemon onto the table this turn as well.
Let's see what farthest 9 is. I can see is there. And then how far back can I go?
Yeah, 1 in, 2 in. Actually, yeah, that's a smarter way of doing it. So yeah, it looks like 2.
Yeah, just 2 of them.
Yeah, that third guy's just barely out.
So I can move them back a little bit just to get that. Just still get 2, but
Yeah,
in the
that
front
makes
of them.
sense. Yep. Yeah, you're good
Yeah,
there.
just there.
Mhm.
Okay. And
So it looks like instead, I think that was an advance on those Sagittarums, so they're not
this
going to be
guy's
charging
not-
this turn.
can't
Instead of they're
go,
going to
we'll go
just be
there.
trying to shoot. And then keeping a couple back
okay, I think I should be still within 2. I didn't put the
to
Yeah,
to
yeah,
claim
yeah.
cover if you need it.
You got tons of room.
Okay. These, and again, you move yourself out of 12-inch drive. Be an 8-incher. I'm just gonna get rocked.
Also, just as an FYI, you can't raise the banner number 3 because I do have.
Yeah, because you're on it. Yep.
Yep. Just making sure. I didn't want to have you plan for it and then not be able to do it.
Who kills those troops is the question.
I mean, you don't have to kill them.
Something tells me the Custodes will they'll find a way to kill those 5 models. Somebody's going to get those guys.
Just outside of an
I
inch.
got some Venator.
Just going to blast them.
I think so.
Yeah. Looks like you moved them perfectly there. Yeah, basically.
Let's see. I'm going to move.
It is going to be impressive, I think, once we do see some melee happening. I think how good Custodes' stat lines are at killing Harlequins. Sort of a lot of strength 6 to wound on 2s. Just kind of high volume of really reliable attacks. One of the reasons that Jonathon can't afford to send anything in because it will immediately die on the swing back.
Here. Now the Vexilla will advance. Oh no.
This guy is not.
This guy's not moving this game.
Yeah, he doesn't. He left his running shoes at home.
Yeah, it looks like slow advances for the Vexilla, which means that we're getting that that teleport homer, or it's going to be a little bit far away, which is going to be bad. Sometimes if that guy just doesn't want to go anywhere, you never get your big stompy punchy unit into where it needs to be, and that's not good as a Custodes player.
Range, basically.
Yeah, the Aquilons only move 4 inches right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. They only move 4 inches. That's right.
Yeah.
So, Chad, I also want to ask: is anybody working on anything right now? Is anybody doing some modeling? Doing some painting? What's going on in y'all's lives? Tell me.
Trees messing that guy up. Yeah.
Goddard paints people to paint his minis. Well, as somebody who occasionally gets painted to pay people to paint their minis, or gets paid to paint people's minis, I don't think I can judge. So fair enough. Painting takes a lot of time.
1, 2. 28. So will I get a row behind?
So
if I put him.
Truants. Practice this with Goddard yesterday. We'll see if he learns. How did that game go?
You can even nudge the front guys forward a bit more if need be. But I think they're fine. Oh yeah, he's good.
Is he doing okay so far?
Yeah.
What's the verdict, chat? How are we feeling about Goddard at this point?
Then Trajan will just move up here.
MD guy, 10. There's so many Tau to paint. Fortunately, I personally like painting Tau.
Shuffle.
I like that they have their infantry anyway has a lot of cloth on it that you can kind of contrast with the armor plating. I think that's very fun. And you can kind of wing it on the gun drones too. The gun drones aren't, or the drone squads. You need so many of those, and they're just like one. They're just a little frisbee. You kind of do whatever you want on those days. Goddard is gonna get smashed like the thumbs up button on a Pornhub video.
What three bicycle.
Just a little, or empty guy. Been doing the ochre style. The ochre is tough to paint, that's for sure. So I applaud you for giving me to go.
Units, right? Not all three.
Yep.
Fireman beat my nids last game.
I can only cast Twilight Path.
In fairness, Custodes probably one of the most difficult matchups for nids, I think, right now.
2 inches of movement and 24 inch on their guns.
Sorry, 22 and 24, so that's 46. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want to put a 9-incher around there? Yeah, because I will bring in.
So it looks like we're going to be sending in the captain this time. See if we can get him a cheeky charge out of Deep Strike to try to claim an objective for the Custodes.
Must be just a switch further.
Again, I think what Goddard needs to get back in this game, because the Harlequins don't really need to do anything right now to continue to win on primaries.
Got it. Yeah, Talmon's good there.
Oh, just a little closer.
Yeah, he can be a smidge closer. Yeah.
I'm not sure I like this Talmon position though. I guess Goddard's probably worried about the Haywire cannons.
Yeah, okay. So
which are kind of perfectly adapted to kill the Talmon.
Got it.
Through all of its abilities, or through all of its defensive abilities, but
that'll be in the movement
you kind of want that thing to be threatening a little bit longer into the game.
The only thing over here that's in range is the central arm into that boat right there.
Got it. Yep.
Again, going second into Harlequins is a tough place to be, and maybe just looking for as many points as you can get is the way to go, and just hope to squeak a second place for the final
before
rankings.
You start rolling, I just want to see if I want to -1 to wound stuff. So the strength 5.
That is very relevant for T5S2
on both of the Sagittarians. And they're 2 or 3 shots each. 3 shots each.
3 shots each. Yeah.
Hitting on 3s. So 12 shots on 3s. So you get 8 hits. They do reroll 1s to hit and wound.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 2 CP for -1 to wound on the vehicles and bikes.
Okay. Then I think I can make 6s auto wound. 6s to hit auto wound.
Sure.
For CP.
Let's do it for the laws.
You got it.
Fireman.
So, hit you on 3s.
Yep.
I think that
was a very good hit roll.
That archetype has some merits. You'll win games with it, but I don't think it's very consistent.
Yep. And then these wound on 5s.
Sometimes you're just going to run into a player who can kill all of your Gants, and then
5 saves total.
You lose without
you got it. 4
really having a chance.
1 fail.
Part of the issue is that Gants are really good at scoring points, but they're not good at killing your opponent. And so basically, you have to be scoring points quickly enough that the rate at which you're losing Gants doesn't matter. And currently, that's a difficult balance to get to. It's also not a very easy list to play. So if you're relatively new to the game or new to Tyranids, I don't think I would recommend it. I think you'd have to be pretty good. But I do think, it's a fine list. It's solid. But it's like that's like a 60%er list instead of as consistent as you'd want it to be competitively.
All right.
The vulnerable saves have been good this game so far.
2,000 points of Grats.
Venatar will shoot those players.
If anybody was watching yesterday, I did just lose to 20 Grats in Combat Patrol.
Poor players.
Grats killed a unit of Zoanthropes.
No minus to these guys, so.
No minuses.
Nope.
And no explosions, unfortunately.
The strength is 6.
6, so 2s.
Yep. All right, 6 saves. They can survive. They don't survive. All right, they are very dead. So much for the vulnerable saves being good.
Well, maybe we'll come back to you next turn.
Well, honestly, they were dead regardless. So I'm happy the vulnerable saves failed there.
And then I'm gonna shoot this boat here with the Telemon. With just the big guns in range.
Yep. Is the bolt launcher going in anywhere? Or no, you want to keep those guys alive for the charge?
I want to keep those guys alive, yep. So, hit on 2s going to 3s, rerolling 1s, no rerolls. Strength is 7 versus your 5, so 3s.
2.
This is, 2 is your invul at 2 damage each.
Okay. He takes both of them. He's down to 2.
Only have one more through.
Some abysmal invulnerable
Yeah.
skills coming out of the Harlequins here, but I'm not sure that these matter.
Now I don't have to charge those troops.
I think
So
Goddard
first
would like
charge will
to
be
bank that bad luck for the Harlequin player
shield captain
a little
into
bit
those
later
troops.
in the game.
Got it.
Need a big 9.
All right, big charge here.
Come on, give it to me.
Oh,
That is an 8.
off by
Just
one.
one off.
Oh,
I will
come on,
spend a CP
shield
and
captain,
reroll
come
that.
on in.
Okay.
Get it, boy. Let's see
Probably
the
gonna
9.
be dice, better juju, but let's
No,
see
it's a
it.
7.
That's even
Yeah,
worse.
Rough.
So he fails, and then the you get 2 new dice because the Telemon's gonna charge.
All right,
Okay.
last effort here. An 8 again.
He's one off as
Brutal.
well. That is.
That's
Oh,
there you
that
go.
was not part of the plan.
No, I would imagine not.
That was not part of the plan.
Yeah,
Figured
unfortunately, that's
you get
if
1 9
you're just
3
relying on
times.
9 and charges out of
But-
deep strike, you can't
Exactly,
really be
but no.
super.
You'd hope,
super
right?
upset that you
Cards
don't
today.
get them.
Well,
No.
that then ends my turn.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So
Well, there you go.
There's-
Unfortunately, I think
So,
that was probably. I mean, that was certainly the right call for Goddard to try to pull out one of those charges. I don't know if I like dropping in both of those guys there, the Dreadnought and
not looking great.
the Shield Captain, because you can still
alright, so
threaten
these guys
the teleport home or charge on something later on in the game.
Don't want to be
Now they're committed and they can't really, they can never show up somewhere else.
Can
But
you make your heroic 6 inches,
they are
or is it
there.
Just 3. Okay. Just 3. So
unfortunately, you do need really you need dice fixing
They're
to
gonna
make a
die
charge out of deep strike. Otherwise,
they're gonna.
it's just a
try
Hail
to
Mary
take me
trying to
down
get
with
it.
them. I do
3
want
shots
make
at
sure
it to
that
get those
I
players
should
probably
be-
pretty.
should
It's
be-
relatively reliable, but
Yeah, so 3 point. Yeah, as long as I'm not.
I think it's like a.
too,
I think it's like gets to like a
too
50-50.
close over there, then we're good. So 8 inches on up.
Chat GG game over.
Actually,
Yeah, I
didn't we
mean,
just
I think
go
we're
to-
fighting
I
so
think we
far
just go
uphill
for
with the
Telemon.
Harlequin or with the Custodes already. I honestly don't know how much that would have
Because
done.
he's not gonna
It's-
do anything.
it
to
certainly
us,
would have
yeah.
felt good,
We're
I
just gonna
think,
go
for
Telemon.
Goddard's part. I want to thank everybody who
points.
just joined for following. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the folks who don't know, this is a finals game from the T5S2 series. It's a series of online 40k championships, sort of like ITC, but for
So we just want to be.
Tabletop Simulator 40k. We accept scores from any 2,000 point or 1,500 plus point tournaments online. And at the end of each season, this one ending the first week of January, we run a big invitational tournament where people can win aplomb and prizes.
Do your sisters have any?
The last one, the finals were super exciting, so we'll hopefully have another just as exciting finals coming this January. But if you want to join, you can ! Discord in the chat, and you can get a link to our Discord and join up. And we run tournaments weekly, usually a couple tournaments a week, and you can also join paid rapid fire events, which have prize support and everything. Very exciting stuff.
That was a mistake.
So we want to make sure the bikes can get onto them. So we could be here and string back this way. Or we could do 22 at this. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So blue bikes are gonna come. Do I think the blue bikes can do with only 3 of them?
Now, one thing I also appreciate on Jonathan's part is how, even with the position that he's in, which is very good, clearly, even with how strong his position is looking, he is still taking the time to plan out his turn accordingly, and just making sure that everything is as feasible as possible. The last thing you want is to be in a position like this and give your opponent an out and accidentally lose a bunch of stuff for no reason, and either lose points, which sucks, although isn't that the worst thing if you win, this being the finals, but potentially giving your opponent an opportunity to win the game. Not what you want to do,
We're gonna advance the Shadow Sphere first and see.
especially with Custodes. If they're able to maneuver in the fight phase, they can accumulate a lot of board space,
Here.
and then kill a bunch of your army, and then sort of GG.
6 inches up here, and then
But we'll see how the Harlequins do.
the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's what we'll do, because these guys would only be able to go 4 again, so we'll be outside charge range. They won't be able to shoot. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, we gotta check where the Venatari can go, because these guys can ruin my day. So they won't be able to shoot much, but they could charge. Do you want to get some haywire into this guy? Okay, so let's. Oh, and I need to move the shadows here first. She can go 14. So we're gonna go 14 to right there. Right? Yeah. Yeah, like that. And then, so that's 6 inches there. So we're gonna do this back bike. He's just going to put his toe inside the aura of the Shadow Seer. And then the rest of them are going to give a nice little conga line as far as we can go. This guy will go 22 up to here. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna use these
Fireman,
guys
can
down
we get a view
again.
from
They
the
will be
other
able to
side? Actually,
shoot next
Can we
turn.
rotate here?
Potentially, yeah, they will be able to. But that's okay. Because it won't be a rapid fire, so you'll
does
get
that look, Fireman?
what, like,
You could still bump them to 4 shots each.
yeah, true.
20 shots.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
if it helps, you can also go to isometric,
That's fine though. I think we'll just
which
do
is a little bit cleaner, especially on the boards that have big buildings on them.
We'll be 24 inches away. So this guy will go to here. So we still have lookout stairs. So as long as I have something inside this ruin, then they won't be able to shoot at the shadows here. That sounds good to me. Let's see what we can shoot the Telemon with now. 24 is there, so we can do. We can get the blue bikes over there. So the blue bikes will come over here.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep it on isometric for a bit. Let me know if you want me to change up the
range of the
viewpoint
Telemon,
at all,
perfect.
chat.
22 to here.
My eyes hurt a little bit
22
sometimes
to-
after looking at isometric for too
there.
long, but it's all up to
You're
you.
all in range of the Telemon. Cool. This Starweaver is just going to hide now because his. Actually, we'll see. You don't have any more deep strikes, so don't have to worry too much about that. These foot players are going to advance for 6 inches. I'm getting very good advance rolls this game. So they're going to come this way.
I'm gonna mute myself for a little bit here, chat. So
There.
I may not be quite
the
as
green
responsive for a
bikes.
sec. I'll be back in a little bit.
Not sure where the green bikes want to go. I do need somebody to sit at number 4, but who? Who sits on number 4? Could just park some Starweavers there. I think that's what we'll do. So we'll just put this Starweaver, his toe on the objective. Actually, a little bit further away, so they can't charge him. Even with boxcars, okay. And this guy will do the same thing. The Venatari could, because they're speedy, but yeah. It would need like a 9, so I'm okay with that. All right, and then the green bikes are going to. Green bikes are just going to hop into here. I'm just going to move the Starweavers first. I'm just going to bump up against. So staying an inch away from the wall. Just like this. And then these bikes will come to here. And line up for round 2 in that Telemon. But we do want to be hidden so that if I don't kill him, which I probably won't, then we're not just giving you free kills. And then this 2 wound Starweaver, he's gonna go hide. Just like that. All right. I believe that is the movement phase. These guys go 4 and 12, and yeah, okay. So we will have lookouts here still. Okay. And I'm, yeah, within 3 inches of the vehicle. Okay. So, second phase, Twilight Pathways first. Goes off on a 6. Get it with 7. It is going on the red bikes. So they're going to advance.
No way I can deny that.
I don't think so. I have more than, yeah. It's 22 inches up.
It's a critical positioning mistake. It cost me.
And I will spend a CP to give them a 3+ invulnerable save. With Prismatic Blur. And then the Shadow Seer will do, we'll just do a Smite. Smite is 21 inch range now. So it goes off on a 8, or sorry, not an 8, on 5. It fails. That's fine. Shooting. Let's start with the red bikes. So we have 2 that can see those sisters. So 2 of them will go into the sisters, and then the other 2, there's no way we have range over the no. So the other 2 will go into your Venatari. Yeah. So the 2 into the sisters first. How many shots? 4. They hit on 3s. And strength 4s to 3s to wound, I assume?
Yep.
All right, so 2 at -1.
2 -1. So my 3-up goes to a 4-up. I failed 2. Great. Wunderbar.
And then we have 2 into your Venatari. How many shots? We have 8 shots.
Target or -1.
Yep. So 4s. And 5s. The box, please. 2 at -1.
2 at -1. So 2 3-ups.
Just 1 damage.
Fail 1. 1 damage. No one's taken a wound yet, I don't think.
No. Okay. So that's them shots. We will shoot the Death Jester into your Aquilons with 3 shots. On 2s? Yeah. They're not in the -1.
They are also at -1.
Yeah.
This guy.
So 3s. So 1 hit. That's all we needed.
That's all you needed.
And then 3s to wounds. We do get a wound at no AP.
And no AP, so 2-up save.
He's good.
Save it.
And then we'll put the shuriken cannons into him as well, because
Why not?
why not? We have the shots.
Shoot
They're
him
not
around.
the worst. Yep. That was a very good hit roll. And wounding on 3s. Not a good wound roll. 1 wound at no AP, sorry.
And no AP is 2-up.
Yep. He's good. All right. Let's do some fusion pistols into your Telemon. So there's going to be 4 of them. And then the blast guy would just throw a grenade at him as well, because why not? So the fusion pistols. No minuses to hit on this guy or anything, is there?
He takes -1 damage, and he's got a. I'll might as well pop the stratagem now to give him a 5-up.
Makes sense.
Feel no pain.
That's the wire going into him. So hitting on 3s for the fusions. That is 3 hits, and wounding on what's his toughness? 8.
He's T8.
So 4s. Only 1. I will CP one of those. That is 2.
2. So I'm looking for 2 4-up invuls.
He's loving it.
Them both.
And we got the grenade. How many shots? 3. On 3s. Nothing. And then we'll do
I'm back, chat.
The blue bikes. So 3d6 shots.
I hope y'all didn't miss me
Into
too
your
much.
Telemon. For 9. That was okay.
Apologize, I missed
Quantity.
the dice box there. That was a
They
mistake.
hit on 3s.
Custodian slots 1 will tour and return to 40k. I
Hit
don't
roll
know.
and 6 is to wound,
That's a
but we
great
do have
question.
mortals. Only 3
Went
mortal wounds.
AWOL.
Only 3 mortal wounds.
Hopefully someday.
And I get a 5-up to those. And I take 2.
And they will spend 1 CP to fire and fade them. So they are just going to run away 7 inches. This guy will go to here. This guy will go to...
Ottawa, your world came crashing down? Well,
7 won't get him.
I'm glad I could help you out by returning eventually.
7 to here.
I'm sorry you experienced such hardship.
To here, more or less.
They only go 7 inches when they fire and fade?
Yep. Fire and fade is a specific 7 inches of movement.
Oh.
Yep. All right. I believe that is the shooting phase. Shadow Seer's on range. Those guys are just hanging out. Yeah. So let's go into the charge phase. Bikes into your sisters. I assume no Overwatch?
Yeah, no Overwatch.
Okay. So their distance is...
Custodians, Sloth enchant, requesting sea
They
shanties
are
once
going
again.
far. So this guy is going to go to... Trajan's heroic is just 3 inches, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, this guy will go to here. This guy will go to here. This guy, so we have 5 inches. We'll just go 6 inches.
Do we have a second
here,
on
and then another
sea shanties? Ottawa also
there.
says sea shanties? Oh, no.
He can go 8 inches
Does
here.
anybody else want sea
So
shanties?
we will be able to get them all in. 4 inches here. Okay. And that is all the charges. So, fighting. So it's going to be 12 attacks into your sisters. Do they want to pile in and consolidate? No, they're probably just going to hang out.
So unfortunately, it doesn't
12
look
attacks
like
into them.
there's any actual custodians on the objective 1 there. So
They hit on 3s.
if these sisters
do I
die,
have
which
straps
seems very
to
likely,
use? No, I don't. So hit on
they
3s.
might
And
lose that
4
objective.
for 3s to wound.
which will be brutal.
Only 4. Just before you roll, I might want to no, they're not obsec, so yeah, they're fine. So negative
But putting
2.
that Skyweaver unit into the
-2,
back
so
line
5 up.
for the Harlequins there also ensures that they'll be getting the full 3 points for engage on all fronts for a while.
And then
You
will
really should be standing back there. Oh, such a bad mistake.
consolidate.
Yeah, and
So
Goddard,
we
looks
we
like
want
Goddard
to stand
noticing,
away from
realizing a mistake
Trojan.
there.
Oh, I couldn't have.
because Trajan was,
tangle you anyway.
No, because we have fly.
Trajan is obsec,
Yeah.
so he would
That's why I didn't
stop them
bother asking.
from controlling that objective.
Then we will just give her a nice big bear
Just
hug.
give her a nice big bear hug.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man, it's not going so well.
She gets the punch me back.
Ooh, and there's
That's
one
between
wrapped.
3 attacks.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh no.
On 3s.
Oh, lame.
She's only strength 3, so 5s, I think.
You just hope to
That's one
fail
wound.
the
3 up.
fail the
He's
morale
okay.
check there. I hope she runs
I
away
forgot
so
my
you can
token.
shoot those guys.
All right. So that is the end of my turn. So I will get 3 for engage on all fronts this turn. And yeah, over to you. The sisters probably need morale.
Yeah, they do. She's leadership 9. Yeah, she lost 4. Please run. Please run.
No,
That's a 5. Nope.
Exactly passes
they're
the
one
morale check.
shy.
Valiantly stays where she is
Lame.
and messes up my plans even more.
Yeah. Okay. So you will get. You will hold 1 at the start of your turn.
Yep, you took my banner off too.
Good.
Yeah, this game has
So
not
I-
gone like
I
all
think,
my prep games have gone.
Fair enough.
And the plan that I had
Trajan's-
as a
the
result
6-inch
of that
heroic
is
intervention,
drastically not the
Um,
right plan for this one.
is a warlord trait, I believe, and Trajan
I
is
mean,
not
I
a
don't
warlord.
know. If, well, let's be fine. Let's see.
Custodian Sloth, the Sisters of Silence unit leader is lead 9.
Boats are there.
They're not Sisters of Battle, they're Sisters of Silence.
Boats
It's
are there.
important. Important distinction.
Shield Captain will move just a few outside of an inch.
Poor players. Poor players.
Yeah, it definitely feels like
Total mile will go up 8 onto the objective
Goddard
there.
could have pulled that one. I'm not sure
Got it.
if they could have gotten a wrap on any of the other ones, but definitely pulling the highest leader one, the highest leadership one is the correct call,
pounced on.
so that the chances of them fleeing out of combat is higher. But unfortunately, that's not what happened.
Because
so
those
she's
2
chills
Star
here.
Weavers on that objective are closer to my units, even though the vehicle you're within 3 inches of it is behind you,
Yes.
you still get lookout, sir.
Yeah. So you need to be within 3 inches of a vehicle or like friendly infantry sort of thing, and you cannot be the closest model, closest enemy unit, and so yeah.
Yeah, essentially the new lookout sir rules. If you are within 3 inches of something that can lookout sir for you, you basically just get the 8th edition lookout sir, is what the players are discussing here. So if you're within 3 inches of anything that looks out for you, anything else on the table can block for you at that point. It doesn't matter whether or not it's within 3 inches.
Yeah, he's in range. Bolt launcher him.
Fireman's abandoned the points, go for tabling.
Change plans a little bit here.
If only that were a win condition, that would be pretty cool.
Can't throw out banners.
That's how we did it in Breachstorm. In Breachstorm, even if you're losing on victory points,
surprisingly, I've never taken banners before. I thought on this matchup it was a better choice, but
It's hard in the Harlequins because they're so fast, and also this map has like the 2 central objectives are really hard to hold banners on because they're so close to the center of the table that it's very easy to just throw something on there and drop the banner.
yeah. Well, I was hoping it would be your troops, because otherwise I have OPSEC everywhere.
Right.
But still. Okay, so this guy's gonna move just there, about outside of an inch.
He just has to be a little bit more. He had enough movement. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, chat. Obviously, characters don't block for other characters.
Can't shoot you.
I should clarify that. Yeah.
You could desperate breakout her, but I don't know if it's worth 2
So
CPU.
if a character is closer than another character, they do not block for each other. But anything else in the table.
But I don't. So you have your 3-up invul to fighting as well.
In this situation, what the players were discussing is that this Shadow Seer is within 3 inches of this Star Weaver, which means that these Star Weavers also will block for it, because Lookout Sir has been triggered, which means that if you're closer to these, you cannot shoot at that.
Although, what am I going to put into you?
Yeah, you don't have a ton of shooting. Like the Sagittarium might if they advance, but then they won't be able to charge.
Gazgul does provide Lookout Sir.
Like the Venatari can't even really get many shots. They could, you can
he's
get
a
one
good
or
big
two
brother like that.
in the corner there, but that's about it.
Yeah. And they're not going to be able to shoot a thing.
Looks like Goddard might be taking your advice, Fireman.
Okay.
Just push up off the table. Who cares about the objectives?
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Let's go kill some Eldari. In fairness, Custodes characters are some of the only ones that can sort of hold an objective by themselves, since they're not that easy to kill. A lot of times they can just tank a lot of damage, and they're OBSEC. So you could put a single character on an objective. If you put it directly in the center, it can actually heroically intervene into anything on the objective.
Yeah,
So
like if I'm at 24
tries to
inches with
contest
the
it, you
Death
can kill
Chested,
them.
there's no way that they can shoot at the boat.
Yep.
If he gets ahead.
Yep. So they can't shoot at anything.
But this is some good play from the
So they will
the Harlequin
advance.
player, obviously just making it
not.
difficult for his opponent
Going
to
as
take his
planned.
models out. Really hedging
Let's
his bits.
see. Oh man, it's like that 6th one.
Yeah, that's
So they're moving 5.
brutal.
The only true objective is purging the entire enemy. Purge the enemy, shield captain. Which enemy, sir? Every enemy.
And then it's a full boat. That's the 2 wounded guy.
Yeah, so
30
this
inches.
Why is bring it down larger than the other secondaries? We had a bug for some reason in the score sheet. Bring it down wouldn't pop up for some reason. So it was just jury rigged text onto the score sheet instead. We just wrote it down.
I can just hold this 30 here if you want to reposition.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Although I think it's a nice legible font, to be honest. I think it looks better.
And you can fall back and shoot and do all
Yeah,
your
chat. This is
jazz.
sort of a Harlequin
Yeah.
masterclass right here for sure. Jonathon is an incredible incredible Harlequin player, and I think this is a favorable situation for him. But definitely shows that an army that's like sort of relatively inflexible, like Custodes, that's still an absolute hammer on the table. You can just dance around and you can kite it for ages.
I might as well advance. We'll advance that thing. I didn't even measure.
I think we
can
may be
add
looking
three
at
to whatever
1
that
point
was.
scored on Raise the Banners right now for Goddard, which is brutal.
Can I get the Sagittarum? I don't think I can get both that and the Aquilon.
Harlequins also dance around
Sagittarum are
Custodes
gonna
exceptionally
advance,
well.
so
I
it's
think
more
I
important to get the Aquilon.
think I
Sagittarum
agree
are
with
going
you.
to charge.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how this matchup played
or
out.
do you mean
Would
banners?
play out on a
Sorry?
Oh, you're
less
talking about the
populous
Sagittarum.
table, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
With
No,
less
I'm
objectives
just
on
talking. I'm just talking.
it. Battle
nonsense.
lines or something like that.
No
would
worries.
be
I'm
very
trying to get
difficult
it
for
on the
Harlequins.
Aquilons here, and I
Yeah.
can't. I guess I could go this way. No.
I think if he's in
March
there,
is
he can't be on
Harlequins can run from
point
Custodes, but not
and
Slanesh.
on
Well,
top of them, I don't.
in fairness, have you seen Slanesh armies? Those things are fast as hell.
Snap to the base. That's annoying.
Custodes are
he's in
slow
there
and
now. I think
frumpy.
he's on the point. Yeah, he's on the point still.
Just down the point.
Just with his toe.
Okay, that's the movement. The Sagittarum will throw back a banner. I'm just gonna come take it. They move there, they move there. Okay, cannot shoot there. And it's not going so well. Okay. So Big Stick can shoot the blue guys, I can shoot the troops here, and I can shoot your Star Weaver. So that's really all the things I can shoot. Nothing else can shoot your Star Weavers because, or sorry, your Sky Weavers because they're behind.
Yep.
That. So. And if I do that, what's my charge looking like? 6 to an 8.
Ironically, Harlequins won't need
through.
primary points after next turn.
Yeah.
They just kick back and drink lemonade. I mean, I think they just trade their Skyweavers for the remainder of their engage on all fronts points, and then they call it a day.
Let's see, just the shield captain will shoot into those players.
Sure.
I know that's going to happen.
Big upside of these Harlequins lists is that they don't
Yeah,
give
that's
up many
right.
primary points, but they have many avenues to score them, and so
Threes.
you can just throw your units away. You don't really care about them.
Buddy, come on.
The only way your opponent can potentially get points off killing you is if they take out the Star Weavers, but even then they don't get that many.
On twos,
And
strength
so if
four,
you've maxed your primary and
Yep.
can max your
This
board
guy
control secondaries, you're just
Doesn't
whatever.
want to fight. You do kill one though.
And going first, they are able to do that very quickly.
That's something at least.
don't think. Don't. Win condition here. Those bikes have got to go. Do I have a better? I'm not going to kill multiple with just 4 shots or 5 shots with the Spiculus as well. Not going to do it. Maybe.
Fireman's the HQ for each, I believe.
The Dreadnought will unload everything into those players.
The
Those are some dead players.
there are Troop Masters in these 2 Star Weavers for the Harlequins, and then there's a Shadow Seer here for the Custodes. That's Trajan Valoris right there by Objective 1, and by Objective 2 is their Alaris Shield Captain.
Oh man, your wound rolls have been terrible. You do kill one though.
All right. Assault 2d3 plasma. Just 2. 2 hits.
Isn't it auto hitting?
Oh yeah, it's auto hitting. Sorry.
So that's 2 wounds, right?
Yeah, that's 2 wounds. Strength 6. Yeah.
Yep. So 4 ups. You heal 2 more.
At least these Harlequin players do not want to stay on the table. They're just like, I'm out of here, man.
And then
We're already winning. You could just kill me with
And then
3
big guns.
Marcheries, this is just the standard map size, so 60 by 44.
Doesn't matter.
The standard strike force map size.
2s.
All right, 4 up saves. He's dead.
The guy just gave up. I'm out. This is too difficult.
It's almost shooting. On to
Yeah, Marcheries, no worries, man.
charges.
Welcome to the hobby. I appreciate you coming on to
He's got 2 troop
check
masters
us
in
out.
here.
Should be
There's
live
1 in each, yes.
all the time. Oop.
So the Fang Troop Masters in number
See
1,
right there?
and then the
Should be live
non-Fang is
with
in
a
the
lot of
So I should've
TTS
not
40k
advanced these guys.
over the next
Could've
couple
made a
days.
bomb.
other.
I think they would have been
I made sure that
just
they
out.
were. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going for a charge of the Vinatari? I
8
think
inches
these,
above.
the Twilight Fang guy might
Yeah,
eat
might
those
as well
guys for
charge
breakfast,
both.
unfortunately.
And you're gonna pop out.
Yeah, they're
They'll
not.
pop you and take that objective.
Uh,
The plan.
yeah, it'll be kind of difficult to, like, if because I remember how I have to be an inch away from you when I get out.
Yeah.
Looks
So as long
like
as you, like,
every
space it out
deployment
and
zone is the
check them.
Harlequin
Well,
deployment
3
zone.
inch charge is not gonna help.
No.
It's totally fair. The Harlequins
Have to re-roll
started
what I
with
do.
basically their entire army in this corner, essentially. They had some models behind these trees as well. And then sort of a token unit over
Otherwise-
here. And they basically moved everything into this L, and then went from there. Unfortunately, the Harlequins went first against the Custodes, and the Custodes elected to Castellan's Mark a unit of
Have to
Aquiline
re-roll.
Terminators from Objective 5 over back
You can double
behind
move
this
a bike
forest so
you
that
can
they
get
wouldn't
bikes
be
up on this Telemon
in threat
regardless.
range. And unfortunately, I think that was
It's
just
just a three-man.
they just gave up too much board space doing that because they allowed
Well,
The
just keep in mind,
entire
I don't really have anybody
Harlequin
near
army
the
to hide
Shadow
back
Sphere, so like
here
even
and-
the Shadow
and
Sphere
basically
like
stop
double
the Custodes
moves.
from doing anything.
Like she's gonna double move from like maximum here, so like the bikes can already get further than they are than the Shadow Sphere can get them. So I wouldn't be worried about the double move.
On the bikes, no? Like these green bikes, double moving them all the way. Oh, because you can.
Because it has to be from the Shadow Sphere, right? So since she's
Right.
all the way over here, like double moving them from her, they're just better off just moving as is, right?
But you will be in range to double move them, right?
I could,
Oh,
but
but you
don't-
go 22. Oh, but you don't need to.
no,
just move
exactly.
them
I can
once.
just shoot at him with just normal.
Yeah. So I'm. Well,
you gotta believe in the
let's
power
see.
of the False Emperor.
I
That's
will
the
hopefully
Custodes' downfall.
Deny you 5 points on primary. Yeah, I'll re-roll that charge.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just going for a couple long bombs here to try to grab points on the Custodes side.
New dice.
Mostly, I think looking for
Yeah, I
it
think
just
those
for
ones are
just for placement.
no
at this point.
good.
Come on.
Ugh,
Those ones aren't either.
charge rolls don't help.
Man, you haven't made a single. That's what 5 charge rolls and not one.
I think so. Let's do the Sagittarium into those blue bikes.
Yep, it's a 6-inch.
We're going to switch to black dice.
Sure.
We need a yellow dice one. There we go.
There they go.
There's a big charge. Get on in there.
Okay.
Go get them, boys.
Can you show me the other green squad, 22 inches again?
Yep. So 22 from the front guy is up there. The back guy 22 is like right there.
I think we're maybe trying to block,
Okay.
body block a engage on all fronts.
24 from your Telemon. 24 is like here, so I could.
Oh, we're trying to
stick
body
somebody
block
over there.
shots on the Telemon. That's fair.
Unless you pilot. And
That's
consolidate
a good
there, of
play
course.
from the Custodes,
That's a
just
fair
trying to
charge.
make sure that they can't get guns in the Telemon. I'm not sure how much how big a deal
Then
it's going to be,
the
but
three-man custodian will start
I think
those
it's a good thought.
Skyweavers back on my home objective.
Yep.
I'll look they're in. Great, now I can make 10-inch charges.
Yeah, I know, right? When it doesn't matter, when you just need a 2, they roll the 10.
unfortunately
And
these
then
guys
trade
back here are
them.
prismatic blurred, so they're
You gotta
probably don't die to
Easy
this, to
to.
be honest. But everything over here is obsec, so it doesn't
There's
really matter that
nobody
much.
to
Although making it so these custodies can't raise banners anymore is pretty brutal.
Makes sense.
Okay. That's it. Let's see. You can interrupt.
Can.
9 swings versus 6 swings. Either way, it's D3 damage. I get more swings with the 3-man unit. And then I think, so yeah, I'll start with the 3-man unit.
Great, so we're starting with the shield custodians?
Yeah, the 3-man shield custodians down here.
Okay. So they are strength 5.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be wounding on 3s, hitting on 2s. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to pop anything, so go for it.
Okay. So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. All hits. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Those glorious, consistent Custodes dice rolls. Oh my
Not looking too hot. All right, so
that's your info.
3 up invulnerable saves. Ooh, that was a very good save. I'm just debating if I... So they're D3 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, just go for it. So 1 at a time.
Yep. So it's just 1 dead guy.
1 dead bike, okay.
Agent X, unless something crazy happens, Valdor and his Dark Angels had the closest game, 90-66 against Harlequins in round 2.
This guy. I will interrupt.
Yeah, if anybody knows how to do stuff, it's definitely Valdor. It looks like we may interrupt into a curtain fall here to get these guys out of here so that Trajan doesn't kill them, which is fair. Yeah, I think you might maybe just pick off that sister, potentially.
We'll put all the attacks on the sister.
I think generally there are some factions that have either even or positive matchups into Harlequins.
On to the sister.
I think
that is 4 and -2.
Sisters of Battle tend to be okay, probably sort of a 50-50.
And then I'm gonna spend another 2 CP to fall back.
They have a lot of really solid.
Yes. They're gonna go trickery. The trickery.
Yeah, there they go with the curtain fall to get out of melee. They have a lot of really solid shooting that's able to kill Harlequins very quickly. The question is whether or not they can, push far enough up the table to remain relevant on primary. I'm sure there's some other factions that have, relatively okay Harlequins matchups. The issue is that a lot of the factions that are good into Harlequins are not good into the rest of the field, and so they tend to fall down pretty quickly. I know we've seen some, at least in using the previous version of the rules. We had some games with White Scars that went pretty well into Harlequins. A lot of some Space Marine builds are pretty okay into them, but that's a little inconsistent. Tyranids tend to have a reasonable Harlequin matchup, assuming they go first. It's sort of a 50-50 in that matchup.
Alright, 4 ups on these guys.
Ciania, my Sororitas are 10-0 against Harlequins.
So, how much damage are these?
These are D3. Oh, sorry. 1 damage.
Dude says Harlequins are easy for Sisters or Thousand Suns. I could see Thousand Suns definitely. Anything that spams mortal wounds.
Good.
Pretty good into Harlequins for sure. And Strong Psychic Denial is also good if you can potentially stop the Twilight Pathways, or at least make the Twilight Pathways harder. That's also very good. I mean, we did see Sisters get.
Yeah, Trajan can move.
Get at least on points they got annihilated by Harlequins last week, but I don't know how much of a fluke that was. The Harlequins did have like 4 models left on the table, I think, at the end of that game.
9 attacks from the bikes
but the Sisters had no points, so there you go. That's how you win.
And what's their strength?
4.
4, so it doesn't mean you drop it under 3. You don't have any rerolls.
Nope.
Agent X Harleys have too much mobility for my Space Wolves, have to keep evolving. I think that's, but it's potentially fair.
Yeah.
Especially if you're running sort of the less mobile
we don't
version
have
of the
high
Space Wolves.
strength melee, unfortunately.
Which I think is the direction that faction's heading.
2, I think. 2.
The armies with long fangs and things like that, there are a lot of shooting.
Killer guy.
Okay, not bad. And then, yeah, they'll just hang out there. Okay. So is that the end of the turn then? I think
Yep.
so.
Yep. No morale anywhere.
Yeah, having
Over
access
you.
to, especially
Right.
Space Marine HQs on
So
bikes is
we'll
really nice
get,
against Harlequins.
1, 2,
I mean, they are deathly afraid of the
I get 10.
of the Teeth of Terra captain.
Okay.
Like that guy will just murder an entire unit of bikes by
We
himself.
gotta finish scramblers.
So, if you have some stuff like that, can really help.
So,
But you need a lot of it.
move 8 inches onto this objective here. We're actually going to back it up a bit. Just to here.
This is going to be an interesting game in that basically
And then they're going to deploy
No models
scramblers
have
in
died
your
this
deployment
game.
zone.
we've
So I'll
lost
just
five
put my 10 up
five
there right
Sisters
now.
of Silence and a single Sagittarium Custodian to
Okay.
some players.
The Shadow
and a bike.
Seer will advance.
And the game is almost over. But that is
for
one of the options available to
inches.
Harlequin players. is just the
I've
ability
gotten
to
very good advance rolls
run
on
around the table really
nice
quickly.
stuff so far. She's going to go... where do I want to send her? Yeah, she's just going
You're
to
gonna get 100 points.
I can't get 100. I have scramblers.
Oh, you have scramblers. Sorry, 95.
The Death Jester will get out. Do I need to deny Overwatch anywhere? Not really. So probably just slow down the Quan still. Yeah. So Death Jester's going to get out. He's going to be just right here.
Longship Loft coming in with the follow.
Just got line of sight to those Aquilons.
What's up, dude? How's it
And
going?
Make sure I'm within
Thanks for
24 inches of
following.
you, which I should be, yeah. Actually, we'll be back a little bit further. Still in lookout, sirs. It's still in range. Has to be a little bit over. Okay. Yeah, we're good. He's good there. Now we're going to... So, Should we fusion pistol them or charge them? Probably fusion pistol, because you can just still have 60
Watch
PC.
the clock,
You can
just
turn
woke
off
up
my
at 3 a.m.,
rerolls
so it's
and minus
Warhammer
my
time.
strength, all that lovely stuff.
I'm
So,
sorry. I'm glad we could be here for
let's do
some insomniac entertainment.
this Star Weaver is going to come up to here. Yeah, we're going to get fusion pistol range. If we wanted to run back 6, we can. Okay, so they can't get to the other side of the wall with 4 inches. Okay.
It is
So,
unfortunate how much these
yeah,
Minotauri are
he's
about
going
to
to go
get
there,
pistol, because
and
the
then
models are very cool.
the Star Weaver is going to probably do the exact same thing, I think. Just going to take him up to here. Just get within 3 inches. Let's give that nice 2d6 at the lowest. This Star Weaver will move up, just toe onto that objective. We don't have lookouts for the Shadow Seer right now, so we'll need something to do that. Not sure what yet. I don't have Prismatic Blur anymore. We want to shoot that Telemon, although your captain is OBSEC, so there's no point in standing on that objective. And you have OBSEC over here. Although I guess technically it could deny you raising a banner there. That might be worth it. I go to here.
At this point, denying your opponent points feels kind of petty.
Yeah, let's do that. So these Star Weavers just
crushing them so
pop
hard.
themselves onto the objective.
So I
you
think
can't raise a
mathematically,
banner,
no way they can get back in the game. There's a 46-point deficit.
and just
They could
let us
maybe
finish
Don't
if
deploy scramblers as well.
the stars
deploy
aligned,
scramblers
they
is
could get like
pretty-
12 on
it's
Bring It
just such
Down,
an easy secondary to
15
score, right?
on While We
Well,
Stand.
for you, for
And then
me,
they
not
need to
necessarily.
like,
None of the
also
action ones
score
are. None of the action
20
ones are
on
particularly
primary.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
dude.
that's one of the things that the Sisters of Silence helps with, though.
Yes,
Being action ones.
that's true. Yep, that's true.
So these guys are going to come up their 16 to here because they fell back.
Oh man, got 6 bikes coming in with
Yeah.
the haywire.
I might. Is it worth doing more Potentially, I could just charge these guys and tie them up. Yeah. Do you have any way to Overwatch better?
Yeah, at least we're going to end with a bang.
Yeah, I can
here,
Overwatch on
think.
5s.
Worst
Okay.
case scenario.
So that's
This shield captain gets stuck in. It's
kinda
some
nasty.
bites.
I
do appreciate that we're going to fight it out the last
Makes me
couple
rethink
turns.
now.
I think that's good. But the Harlequins are definitely
How many of these could
probably
going
going
to
to max their
He
points.
can't go there, so he. Yes, actually, I probably would only be able to get one of them in, so it's not worth sending them up. And we want to make sure that these guys can't just come in and shoot my while we stands, so they can get there. So as long as I'm tucked into the corner, I should be okay. And we can move 6 to here, and then they could charge. That's a 10 there. Okay. So these bikes are going to give lookout surge then. So we're going to put them. Put one there. Just got to make sure the Aquilons can't get line of sight. This guy's going to go to here. This guy's going to go to here. While we stand, we fight. Starweavers are just going to hang out. This Starweaver, the guy in 2 wounds, that's not the while we stand, we fight, is just going to move up against the wall. He's just going to slide in there.
Yeah, Chad, maybe we're just angling to king make for second
not
place.
touching the wall, but being a little bit closer to it. Trying to dodge any line of sight stuff. Just like that. We may as well try to back them up as far as we can as well, just to try to prevent you from getting any charges off. So let's just back them, put them more or less like that. Okay. Those guys are there, those guys are there, that's good. Those guys are out. Oh, I need to get this Troop Master out. Where is he at? There he is. He's just going to be on this side of the wall, so he can charge in without getting overwatched. We're just going to put him... Are you... No, you're not up against the wall, so if I'm... Okay, so I can be a little bit closer. I can be like right up against... Yeah, more or less like that. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're 1.1. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I think that is the movement phase all said and done. Yes. So let's go into the psychic. We're going to start off with a Twilight Pathways. Yeah. So Twilight Pathways. Get in the box, please, dice. That fails.
Ooh, flub of pathways. Awkward.
Do I want to re-roll it? Probably not. No, I'm not going to bother. Then we will do a...
Chat, look at these.
Smite these guys.
Look at these plebeian double moves you have to roll for. Garbage. Get that stuff out of here. Make that an automatic ability.
I'm going to put this on
a
to
300 point
your...
monster that I'm in.
Let's put it on the Sagittarium.
How do Shadowseers sleep at night?
Okay.
Knowing that
do you want to...
at any time they can flub
nope,
their
okay.
one purpose in life.
So, I get the red, I get blue. Okay, 4 is better. Okay, so they take 1 mortal wound.
Do I? Okay.
Well, we'll just keep going, yeah.
No. Yeah, it's all right.
So
okay.
they take 1.
One mortal wound.
No.
No, take
Okay.
1.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That's the psychic phase all done. So shooting. Let's start by putting a bunch of haywire into your Telemon. So I assume he's getting the 5 up. Feel no pain.
Yep.
So let's start with the red bikes. So 3d6 shots into him. How many were you looking at? Ooh, only 5.
All right, well, here we go.
Hitting on 3s.
The epic dice.
Let's get hit roll though. 6s to wounds.
The diciness of
okay, that
haywire
was
bikes.
a good wound roll. So you have 1 save at -1, and it'll be 2 plus d3 mortal wounds.
So 1 save and -1 is a pass.
Yep, and then the
do your mortals.
is 3, so it'll be 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds. On 5s. Save 1, take 4.
Yep.
Down to 8.
And then blue bikes, same thing. 3d6. 4. That was better. 12.
12.
Let's see. That's 9, and then this is 12. Okay. Hits him on 3s. And that was a good hit roll. 6s to wound. So you have 1 save at -1.
The tall one is the tall man. That's assume that's 100%
That's 1
accurate.
damage, right?
Yep, just
So add
one.
that to the total.
Well, doesn't he have a 6-up feel no pain for those?
Yeah.
It's
I was
6-up.
sorry, it's okay. I denied it either way.
Yep, and then the 6, so that's D3, so 2, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mortals.
On 5s. Denied 2, take 5. Down to 3.
Ugh.
Almost.
Disgusting.
Okay, let's do fusion pistols into your
Didn't quite get 'em.
Atari.
The tall man
We'll start
persists.
with Starweaver number 2, so the 5 fusion pistols in there. You want to pop in defensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna transhuman for 2.
Sounds good. So 5 fusion pistols on 3s. 4 hits, and 4 is to wound, because transhuman. That is 3 wounds.
I mean, he's
Okay.
standing significantly shorter than he
4
was.
saves.
Oh, we're loving
He's
it.
been cut down to size.
Okay, Troop Master inside. He's going to
At
shoot
least
them
he's
as
still
well.
there.
Hits on a 2. He misses. And then we're going to go with number 1. 5 fusions. All into the Venatari. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits and 4 is to wound him. That is 1 wound.
1 wound.
Can we get a fusion
Weapon.
through? Oh.
Nope.
All right, let's do shuriken cannons. So I'll just roll them both at once because we're not gonna kill one of them. So 12 shots. Or well, I hope we kill one, but we aren't gonna kill enough to matter. And 4 is to wound because transhuman. So you have 1 save at -3 and 2 at no AP.
I'll do the -3 save here on my 4-up.
He's good.
It's a pass, and then 2 at no AP.
Yep.
2s. Alright, start
Okay.
them all.
Yep. And then I will spend 1 CP for the Starweaver here to fall back or to fire and fade. So he's gonna go to so if I put the Troop Master here, closest would be so it'd be 5 to this, and then like 3 there. Yeah, so we'll do that. So he's gonna. Actually, do I want to do that? I only have 2 CP after fire and fading. Yeah, I'll do that. So he's just gonna come to there. So the Troop Master will be 4.6 there, and then like 2. Okay, that works. Actually, try to get him more. So he would be 4 there. Yeah, okay, that works. All right. And then the Death Jester into the Aquilons, 3 shots. Hitting on
Game.
3s.
Yeah, they're just in that -1.
Yep.
And you still get it.
And then 3s to wounds, 1 wound and no AP.
2 up.
He's good.
Alright.
These bikes will just put their shots into your Sagittarium there. So you do have 1 inside the obscuring. So it'll be 3d6
It is a
shots.
-1.
It is at -1, yeah. So we got 13 shots. Hitting on 4s. Ooh. And wounding on 5s. 1 wound, -1.
3 up.
He's good.
Okay.
And then this Starweaver here, we'll just put his 6 shots into them as well.
Okay.
On 4s. And on 3s. 2 and no AP.
2 ups.
Just 1 wound.
One sneaks through. I think one of them got the CoGo wound already.
Yeah.
This guy.
He took it from the psychic phase. Alright. That is the shooting phase, I believe. Yeah, she's not in range of anything. So yeah, that's the shooting phase done. So, charging, we're going to put the Troop Master into the Venatari.
The Troop Master? Where is that Troop Master?
He's on the other side of the wall.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so he can't be Overwatch.
Yep, and I can't. There's no Tanglefoot.
Nope.
Use,
yeah, well,
so.
you could Tanglefoot, but...
No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you may reduce your charge by D6. You could
Fail.
roll super low.
Yeah.
Is there any other Tanglefoot that's relevant? No.
No.
This is literally the only one. Let me see if I got 3. Never mind. You can go for it.
Okay. So, just need 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, all right.
Yeah.
Tanglefoot wouldn't have been worth it. So
Yeah.
go right to there. Yeah, so those guys can go in. And then we'll also put the Star Weaver into the Venatari.
Okay.
How much damage are their weapons? Just 1?
In close combat? Yeah, 1 damage.
1 damage. Okay, yeah. So the Star Weaver will go into them as well.
They are pistols, so I can't shoot you.
Yes, but better this guy than other stuff.
If you're still there. Yeah.
If I'm still there. Fingers crossed. So, yeah.
Well, I was thinking you just like do some other stratagem to move away somewhere.
Oh, no, he's hanging out. He's there to trap him. Alright, so that is... I mean, I could charge the Talamon, I guess, but I'm only wounding on 6s. How far can he move now that he's on 3 wounds?
4 inches.
Okay, so he's not going anywhere.
His lowest bracket.
He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, we'll just not charge him. So yeah, let's go into the fight phase. So Troop Master...
And I can't... You do your heroics well? Can't
Yes.
do anything here?
Yeah.
Yep. And there's nothing here.
Nope.
Yeah, well played. Go for it.
So it is turn... What turn are we on? We're on turn 4. So the Troop Master has 9 attacks. Are you popping any defensive stuff on these Venatari?
Yeah. I will pop, get rid of your rerolls. And I'll do that actually with Trajan's once per game ability for free. And then you'll be swinging a strength 5, right?
Yep. So -1 to strength.
-1 to strength.
Yep. Sounds good. So 9 attacks. Hitting on 2.
Try to cut his balls off a little bit, see if I can survive.
Yeah. Hitting on 2s. 8 hits. And wounding on 5s now with no rerolls.
Yep.
3 at -3, 2 damage. Pretty good combination of stratagems there for the Custodes. Definitely showcasing their resilience, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. So
one guy was wounded.
Yeah.
So kill this guy.
Yep. Okay. And then 2 mortal wounds after he's done fighting.
Oh, that's right.
So we do 2 more.
So put it on this guy.
Yep. And then it will spend 1 CP to allow him to consolidate towards the closest friendly transport, which is the one in there. So we go 6 inches and then embarks inside of it.
And he hides away. Yep.
Okay. Do you want to interrupt? I assume not. It's just
no.
Yeah. So he's just going to stay there. We're going to make our 3 attacks. India on 3s. And strength 5. Is the -1 strength on this guy too, or just on the Troop Master?
It's on my unit, so it stays with my unit.
So 5s to wound, yeah. Nothing. Okay. So you can go ahead and punch my boat.
Yeah, I think I can get everybody in. Don't want to go too far.
Oh yeah, they can all fight.
Yeah. So 3, 6, 9, 12
40-point
attacks.
end game. Yep. That they complete by being oily.
Alrighty.
I think we just saw their oiliness
2s,
right there. Trying to survive.
Close combat,
Not quite
right?
enough.
It doesn't matter either way. Strength is 6, so wound you on 3s.
You bet.
And it's your invul.
Alright, 4 ups.
1 damage.
3 get through.
3 go through.
So down to 3. Okay. That is all the fights. So
fights, right?
Yeah. So no morale to be done, I assume. I don't think these guys fail. Yeah, their leadership 8. Yeah, they're fine. So yeah, I just get 2 for engage.
Mm-hmm.
And over you.
Okay. Yeah, you kicked over to me.
Yeah. So you look 10 primaries this time. Oh yeah.
I will. Yeah. 10 primaries. I think it might be too little, too late, and I get 1 banner.
Yes, 1 banner.
1 banner.
Exciting. More than 1 banner point. That's very good.
I haven't got the damn boat yet. Okay. So shield cap.
At least we're gonna get these Echelons in here this turn.
Around a little bit
Maybe
there.
we can smash right directly down the center.
Telamon will
And, get a couple points.
move 4.
Yep.
Sagittarum will move.
Oh, my 4 bikes.
Actually, they're not going to get points on it. Oh, but I'll keep them there. Let's see. Venatari are going to have to shoot. Because I can't. All right. You slowed down the Alaris again.
I did.
Right? Yeah. I'm picking on them all game.
Yeah, because I can't really deal with them. I can't kill them, so just avoid them.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I
can
think
get an angle on these players.
potentially an indictment of the decision to
opposite
keep them on the
direction
table at
of
the
the
start
charge,
instead of
right?
teleporting them. The
Yeah.
fact that they can be slowed down
But
so
that
far.
makes my charge. It's my charge going to be.
That said, I mean, the
Yeah.
Telemon mages die.
I don't think you'd be able
immediately
to
if it
get them
deploys to the
all.
haywire. So
No.
might have been the right call.
You might be. Actually, yeah, I think you'd be able to get them all. Oh, no, that guy wouldn't have range then. Yeah.
24. These guys are out of the -6, right?
Yeah, they are. But, like, the back guy, he could go 4 to there. And then
Oh, I see what you
it'd be
mean.
Like, yeah.
The tall man.
So you'd be able to get 4 in.
Okay, you can get 4 in, and then that's moving this guy. So that guy can move forward 4,
Yeah, you could. And then keep the charge distance.
and then keep something better. It's still going to be like a
And 8.
7 or 8.
See, honey, why couldn't he have brought triple
yeah,
Telemons
8 or
like he did
9,
in
I
Pod 21?
Yeah, let's
I don't
try
know.
that.
Triple Telemons.
Because then you're holding 1. You'd be
Or why
holding-
couldn't he have brought this list instead of
Well,
triple Telemons? I don't
let's
know.
Well, I mean, I only have to,
This
like,
list
I
seems
only
scarier
need one
than
more.
triple Telemons.
5
Oh,
point.
and then you've maxed.
Maxed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely changes things. Well, I guess it could also impact my ability to hold more than you,
Exactly, yeah.
which could give me the 15. Which, if I get 15 next turn, it's yeah. I get 15 next turn, 15, and then 15 is 30, 35, so I'd be down 10 on primary. Oof, I can't make up 10 on secondaries. I could still hold more if I don't go for them. Can you shoot anybody else? No. You've done a really good job positioning. This is what 9th is all about.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
You
that's Harlequins for you.
You're a clever player for sure.
Harlequins
Yeah.
don't win the straight up
I
brawl.
guess in
so they
fairness,
gotta
if your army
use
is
their
nothing but 2
tricks
damage
to,
weapons, it is rough.
Well, see, that's what my prep. I had some prep games.
I mean, fortunately, if there's
and
multiple
in the
of
prep
them-
games, the Harlequin players were way more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, if there's multiple of them, you can just hit whatever's
And
not
I mean, there's one
being,
of them lost another one.
protected by Ancient Artifice.
Um,
This is an interesting conversation the players are having right now,
They're still, yeah.
because I think it kind of speaks to
They're
what
still
we were talking
humbled.
about right at the top,
Humbling cruelty.
which is that the top of the game is that Jonathon is really good at playing a cagey game with the Harlequins, and a lot of times you'll see players get really, really aggressive with them and want to just run into your opponent's army, and that's very often the wrong play. And I think Harlequins, honestly, their win rate could potentially be greater than it would than it currently is if they sort of all adopted the same cagey attitude that that Jonathon is engaging here.
We had some very quick turns at the very
We
start.
did. I mean,
To
we
really,
didn't do anything for
Give
a
us a
few
showcase
rounds.
on good Harlequin play.
Can get him there.
Vala Bearable with the follow. What's up, dude? Welcome.
Where's your? There she is. Okay.
It's fun to see all of the familiar faces from YouTube
these
making the trip
custodian
over
guard.
to Twitch.
Bit. Trajan's way. They're gonna put a banner on this objective,
Makes sense.
and then Trajan will advance. They have 1 on advance rolls.
Yeah, you guys are just not. They
They
don't want
decided not to run today.
Yeah.
No, they've been
Fighting some custodians in combat patrol shortly. Gonna have to play KG to avoid the sleeping dive plus Tanglefoot grenade. That's fair.
Can my Sagittarm peek out and shoot those players?
Although stooping
Ooh, I don't
dive in
think that's a
combat
good
patrol is
angle
really hard to
over
pull off.
obscuring.
When does a Custodes army have 3 CP to spend?
Well, they just have to touch it, right?
Oh, that's
They just
right.
have to be inside of
I just
it.
have to touch it, and then I got a clear shot.
Yep.
Then I just have one guy on this objective, and you're gonna come and do bad things to me.
So I do have OBSEC inside here.
Oh, that's
so there's
right.
5 players in there.
Yep.
And then the only other OBSEC that's nearby are just the guys inside these Star Weavers over here.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna pop those guys in shooting, and then the contents
Well, if they're-
will emerge.
if they're
in case I have
bringing
aqualarms to shoot.
Dawn Eagle
Yeah.
captain to combat or to
I would hope so.
stooping
With that
dive
many
with,
shots,
you guys
you should.
usually
So then,
There's a Troop
takes,
Master in there too, but the Troop Master's not
at least
OBSEC,
2 or
so.
3 CP to buff up to his.
all right, but
Final
he's not
form.
the dangerous one. He's the regular one.
You know,
No,
he's a victor
no,
of the
he's
blood
just right.
games.
He's not going to
and
kill anything
uh,
anytime soon.
Has the
He has
the
5
captain
attacks. So
commander
like most he
upgrade.
can do is 5 wounds.
That's 3 CP right there. That's all of your
assuming
starting
I'll get through,
CP.
right?
Yep.
And only 1 damage too.
And I don't, man, victor of the blood games on
So
that guy
there's
is
a
like
way
so
to get
gross in
these
combat
guys.
patrol.
But you'll still get your 5, no matter what, and then it's just a matter of. It's not necessarily putting me on more objectives. It's taking you off.
Taking
So-
me off of. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, I will. Can you shoot anybody else from back here? No, they can't.
Yeah, only bikes can steeping dive. Chat.
Just in case that
infantry
your
cannot.
master comes out.
And
So
honestly,
this
I don't.
Sagittarm is
I
gonna
think
go
anytime that it's been on the table for a Custodes
One
player,
on
I
the-
don't think they like haven't risked
on the
it.
other side.
Their CP is so valuable, and it's such a random strat because you could just like
The seeds
flub the charge
contribute
roll
to
and then
the
just like spend 3
hopefully
CP for
slaughter
nothing.
of many clowns.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dead clowns in a moment here.
So I think a lot of
You do have
Custodes
another
players
one
just
there,
use it
right?
as a threat,
Yeah,
but they
well, I
don't
want to
actually
keep
use
one
it.
on
Oh,
there,
okay. Makes sense. Just in case.
And I want to. Oh, this guy. Oh, then Trajan is by himself. And who can you come at me with? You got. Well, hopefully I pop those guys out. There are guys in Star Weaver 3?
There are, yes.
There are?
Yep, 4 fusion pistols in there.
At least give him -1 to hit. Should I wrap? No. Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's my movement. So they're gonna put the banner up here,
Yep, makes sense.
and then can't banner anywhere else. So we'll go on to shooting, and the Venatari will shoot that Star Weaver.
Yep. Blast them.
So there's 8 guys, or 8 shots, sorry, 4 guys. Hitting on 2s, going to 3s, right? Because even though you're in combat,
Yep, it's a shooting.
no rerolls, but 1 explode.
Mm-hmm.
Strength 6,
3s.
so 3s,
All right, 4 ups.
and
2
2
fail.
damage.
So
That should
2
do
damage
it.
each. I will try to CP one of those. Try to keep my last CP.
No, this will be brutal if it survives.
Negative.
All right, does he go boom? It does not go boom. So
Well, we finally got some
maybe I
points on the
should've
board
saved
for
the
Bring
CP
It
to
Down
disembark
for the
6 inches
Custodes.
and go on as
We're getting
objective.
somewhere.
Actually,
We're going
it
up in the world.
wouldn't change much. So we got to get the guys out. So it's number 2. All right, guys, you are about to get absolutely murdered, but you did your job. Actually, you didn't. You didn't actually kill anything. You came out and just stood there.
Yeah, those
Only
guys are
health
about to
stuff.
get absolutely murked by those Terminators.
And then the Troop Master. Actually, we'll nestle the Troop Master.
And then
Maybe
you just
he
try
can
to go for
survive.
long bomb charges onto objective
Probably
4. Seems like the play to me.
Probably not. Okay, and then there's 6 guys inside. So does anybody
Twist
trip?
their ankle.
No.
Nobody trips.
Nice. Okay,
Okay.
and then is Brent down points.
Yep, that is finally some bringing down points.
Yep.
So then the think then the order of operations is to have the this guy.
Yep.
Aquilon.
All
Shoot.
rapid fire.
All rapid fire. I don't think I need to double this. I don't think so. It'll be 4 shots each, so 20 shots. 20. I need to get at least. Well, there's 5 guys. I need to get at least 10 wounds.
There's also a
It'll be
Sagittarius
2s and 3s.
there to hit them too. I think you'll be okay.
I can do it. I got some backup if I have to.
Okay.
So 20 shots. Okay, don't you love it? 2s. Oh, that's way too many 1s.
There's a lot of 1s. 3s. Oh, that was a good wound roll. All those 6s.
There's potential here.
If only that was haywire. All right, 4 ups. 1 is alive.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is alive.
So 1 survives, but you can shoot the True Master now for what it's worth.
So, in fact, the Sagittarum will shoot the Troop Master.
Okay.
With both profiles.
You got it.
So there's only 3 guys that are out, though. So, they will shoot the big profile first, hitting on 3s. And it's 2 hits, strength 5, so 3s to wound.
Yep.
2 wounds, AP minus 3, 3 damage.
Oh, he gets vaporized.
Get out of here, Troop
And
Master.
well, the rest of them is going to go, so that leaves that player.
Yep.
Oh, brutal.
I'm going to pause right there for the moment and go down here with these bikes. So Dreadnought is going to shoot everything into those red bikes.
Okay.
Start. Is anybody wounded?
Might be too little too late, but this shooting phase from the
This guy, the blue
red,
hat,
Custodes
guy
has
in
the
the red
potential to be very impressive,
Okay.
I think.
No.
So in that case,
This is sort of what the
we'll do
Harlequins
the
have to
big
be
gun.
worried about the entire game, is just losing
my
so
guy is
much
fully
stuff in one go
degraded,
from
so
all
he's
those
at
from all
4s,
the,
and you're minus 1, so
the
it's
shooting.
5s.
Yes.
But I reroll 1s at least. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Strength,
What's the strength on this
7,
one?
7.
So
So
3s.
2s. Oh, sorry, 3s.
3s.
Yeah.
They're toughness 4.
Yep.
Yep.
4269
Alright,
Sheila, is that
4
what we're
ups.
looking for?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
one's down to
one
1.
guy takes 2.
Mhm.
He did move, right? Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Maybe well, fine. So just 5 spiculous.
Okay.
On again 5s.
Good thing we
But I
reroll.
reroll 1s.
You do. Oh,
Okay.
he's hitting well.
Wounds on 3s.
Yep. 2.
2 wounds.
4 ups. You kill that guy on 1 wound.
Kill that guy. And then 2d3 plasma.
Ooh.
6.
Strength 6 of 3s to wound.
Yep. Auto hits. So yeah, 3s to wound.
All right, 4 ups.
And just 1 damage.
Okay, so 1 guy takes wound.
Sneak another one through.
Okay.
All right. Then the shield captain will shoot everything into those. Same red squad.
You got it.
So rapid fire axes. Hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s. Sorry, hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Wait, 2 hits. Wounds on 3s. 2 wounds.
Isn't strength 4?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's it's Trajan with the 5.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's just 1 wound.
You got it. 4 up.
AP minus 1, 2 damage.
You kill that guy on 2 wounds.
And then it's got the ballast grenade launcher.
Yep.
Sorry, assault D3. For 2. Hits on 2s, rerolls 1s. Sorry, hits on 3s, rerolls 1s.
Yeah.
And then strength 4, T4, so 4s to wound. 1 wound.
4 up. He's okay.
Just 1 damage. He's good. Okay, so I can deal with them there. Then the Sagittarum will shoot into the...
Sorry, 1 sec. My tabletop simulator just crashed.
Oh no!
Give me 1 second.
Oh, can we like pause the...
Some technical
Oh yeah, you can.
difficulty.
Yeah, you can pause the timer.
Okay.
All right. Come on, tabletop simulator. What are you doing?
As long as Trevi's doesn't crash, we're good, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there's even.
Yeah, so far so
like-
good. We're somehow
Okay.
sticking around.
I'm going to use the facilities during the break.
Yeah, sounds good.
If you have any questions for the players, chat, I think now is the time to put them into the chat. Not only is the game, I think, getting close to wrapping up, but also we have a couple of minutes to talk to the players. I had an issue with my CPU, or with my computer, just before the game. I was a little worried about this stream, but it turns out it came out okay. So far, so good.
Hey, I made it back.
All right, I think we're getting back in.
Okay.
We're back. I managed to get back in.
Okay, good deal. So let's resume.
Yep.
The timer.
Here.
So the 3 Sagittarium, we're going to shoot into those 3 bikes.
Yep. Little profile
Little
first.
profile first, because you got one guy on 1 wound.
Yep.
Oh, don't you love that? Hitting on 2s, going to hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Strength is 5, so wounding on 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3.
4 ups.
Oh,
He's okay.
you wascally wabbit. Now the big profile.
That really hurts the efficiency, yeah.
Yep. It's 2 hits on the big profile. Again, just 1 wound on the big profile.
And
Gonna have to pull the knives out.
You do kill him though, so.
I do kill him. Okay. I think that is all my guns. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all my guns. So, we will launch some charges.
Yeah, that was an impressive shooting phase for
first,
sure.
the Dreadnought will charge. That had
Bunch
the
of
Skyweaver
bikes
right next
dead,
to him.
Troopmaster dead, Skyweaver or
He
Starweaver
can't
dead,
fail this
almost
one.
the player squad
It's
dead.
literally
Fail this one, so I'm just gonna,
Really?
Yeah.
shift them over.
Really goes to show
That-
you why the Harlequins didn't want to engage until
The question
the
is-
very last minute.
Can't keep my obsec
Everything
on
would
this
have died.
objective and get. Well, actually, I can't. I might be able to. Can I get within an inch? And right here.
I don't. Maybe. So here, measure from. No, because I think that bubble's a 1 inch right there. No, he's like just short.
Yeah. All right. Well, first, then the Sagittarium will charge those Skyweavers.
Sure. Oh yeah. So actually, you can get these guys on it probably.
I should be sending them towards your. I should have gone the other way.
Oh yeah, towards the Wowie stands.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna probably get 95 points.
Yeah.
So that would have been the other
Fireman
way
had
to
Custodes
reduce
not
your
moved
points
off
was
number
no way
5
to
to
95.
start. Could the Harlequins
Well,
have
I
taken out the
can't
units
get
there?
95 because I missed some engage. But yeah.
It was
It'll probably be like 90 or
unlikely. The issue is that this Custodes army is small, right? And it doesn't spread out very well.
And I kill you, then
So what would have happened?
have-
There was a Aquilon Terminator unit here.
nothing.
So what would have happened is that they would have gotten hit by the Harlequins, and I don't think they would have. They wouldn't have died, and they would have killed a lot of stuff by themselves. But I don't think that they had. There was nothing there supporting them. Essentially, there was a unit of Sagittarium here, and they could have moved over and shot at whatever was attacking the Aquilons, I guess. But
Yeah,
it's not really where you want to be.
so.
I do think that moving them off of that
Not a
objective
whole
was potentially a
lot, especially
mistake.
If you kill these guys,
Because
then
it's difficult for the Harlequins to kill those guys, and they have to commit to do so instead of being able to
so
kind
that-
of move
yeah.
wherever they want to.
You just need one
But
to go through.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Aquilons would
I
have done a
think
ton of
he's just gonna
damage.
charge that one guy.
Okay, just guarantee that kill. Yeah, that makes sense.
I would have kept them there, though. I think
have
were
to
I
keep
on
an
the
object
Harlequin side
objective.
or on the Custodes side? Excuse me.
You guys- Yeah, still enough. I think that's the right play.
Okay.
I think he was probably worried about
Now
fusion
over
pistols hitting him.
here,
Mhm.
the Sagittarium will charge player that one player by itself.
Got it. They need a 5. They got it.
can I put within half an inch and then get at least 2 guys? I can keep my other guy, hopefully.
Yeah, you could probably get 3 in and keep that guy on the other side of the wall, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's see who's got for the Venatari. I'm looking at a 6-incher or a
Or 9.
10 or 9.
Yeah, it's a 9 because you just have to be an inch away essentially.
Or these guys from this angle will be
A 9.
a 9.
So 9 to both or a 5.
A 9 to both. I've not had such good luck with 9s so far.
The 9's not worked so far, yeah.
I think they're both going to charge just that one guy. So first we'll start with the Terminators.
Sure.
6. Good thing.
That is enough.
Good thing that was it.
Yep.
So awkward with the building there. 6.
That is a very dead boat.
I think, regular 40k, it's like you pull out your ruler, you're like, okay, that's like 6 inches. And here it's like 5.9, 6.1. Must be precise.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I wonder when this world returns normal. I guess with TTS is here to stay. I firmly believe.
Yeah,
it's just so good.
I think you
can I fit another guy? I want to make room for my Venatari. That's the thing.
Oh right. Yeah, you don't want to squeeze in too much. I mean, if you just put them up against the wall, then they can just pile. Like you can pile in these guys, and then
right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that there, and that there, right up against the wall.
Yep. Makes sense.
Toothwire in chat. How's it going? Equine Terminators on bigger bases? I have no idea.
I mean, you can. Yeah, you can take a smidge back. Yeah.
Didn't mean to.
Yep. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can
get them in. All right, let's throw the Venatari next.
You got it.
6.
They got it.
By
the skin of their teeth, but they're in.
He's gonna be in the wall, so I think I gotta put him.
Yeah. He will be able to pile in over it though. So
I don't have a base size listed. It does look like they may be on 50s or something, but I have no idea.
Yep. All right. This guy was going to this side of the wall.
Yep.
You have any CP to interrupt me? No.
Thanks everybody who followed. I appreciate it.
So let's go quickly here. The 3 Sagittarum into
punk a player.
This guy. So that's 4, 8, 12. Get that out of there. On 2s. And then 3s.
Yep. Oh boy, man!
Gratuitous
All right, here we go. He's gonna survive
on this guy.
Oh, he actually almost did.
He actually almost hit,
but he did not.
Okay.
Do they want to consolidate anywhere, or are they just hanging out?
They will just hang out. I want to stay on that objective.
Makes sense.
Then the other 3 will go into the blue Skyweavers.
Yep.
Oh, it does list their base size. I apologize.
12.
I missed it on the last sentence.
Is it still -1 to hit, or no?
Nope. Only shooting for
shooting.
-1.
Okay.
Yep.
And strength 5. So 3s.
All right, 4 ups. So
1 damage each.
One guy has 1 wound left.
Ah, bollocks.
1 off.
Bollocks. Let's see. Let's do the shield captain.
Sure. You can probably.
This definitely feels like a pretty standard trajectory for a Custodes game.
All hits.
Like they're sort of, unless things go really well for them, they're kind of down on primary for a lot of the game. But holy crap, do they kill whatever they touch?
Yeah, he dead.
Like, oh my god.
He's super dead.
Just carnage on this side of the table for the Harlequins here.
Actually, make some room.
Like, we've still only lost
coming through.
7 models on the Custodes side, and 5 of those were not custodians.
I mean, you can't fight, but yeah.
Right, I can't fight, but I can.
Yep, you can do that though, yeah.
It's
Well, what am I doing? Where are your other bikes?
My only bikes are here. So.
And they might be able to.
I mean, they're going to be able to get into them regardless.
They're going to get into them anyway. You're right.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it a little more awkward for you.
Makes sense.
Can't move the other way. Let's just keep where he is. So that's done. That's done.
Into the boat.
Into the boat. Now, there's some movement to keep you out. I'll do the Terminators first.
Sure.
So, do I bring him? Do I touch that other boat within an inch?
I think so. Yeah, you're an inch of him.
Can I fit? It's so hard to see in there. Should be able to fit.
Yeah, so that at least
This
one of
guy
them.
over the wall.
Yeah, there, yeah. And then
Just scoot these other guys out.
you could probably move, like,
It's
this
alright.
guy can go, like, this way.
It's alright. I don't need to because I don't really need to.
Yeah, I think he's dead regardless.
Is there a little space in the corner?
I think so. Yeah, oh yeah, there is.
All right.
Yep. So they'll all be able to fight.
So 4 attacks, and there's 5 of them.
20? Oh. Hitting on 2s, winning on 2s.
We're swinging at strength 10.
Yeah, alright.
So many.
4 ups. Ooh, he actually almost...
Yeah, we discussed it at
I
the
just
top
read
of the
the
game.
2 damage, right?
Yeah, 2 damage each.
Definitely
Okay, so he
Custodes
dies. Does he go boom?
have the right stats to kill
He
Harlequin
does
stuff,
not.
but the issue is that
And
they gotta
then-
get there. And on a mission like
Guys
this,
out,
where the
so
objectives
number
are so
1.
spread, it's really awkward.
So...
Also
we're
going
not going to be able to hold this point because you have
It just
so many
sucks.
guys on there.
You sort of you have to be in the right
so-
position
but
to
we
use
may
your
as well
combat
just
stats for in
do
order for it to matter.
This.
Yeah, just go first.
Maybe an inch away.
We'll be able to
Just there.
fight. If I consolidate, then you will fight me.
I remember when I started 8th edition, there was a thread in the competitive 40k Reddit. Somebody was complaining that like one of their friends at their local game store ran like that weird you call it the weird Forge World Necron Lord who let you reroll your, I think it was reroll CZ initiative, and then they also were like spending CP to command reroll CZ initiative, and we're like, first of all, that's illegal, but also that's really dumb.
So I'll pull this guy over
Sure.
and
Just staying an inch away.
probably.
Who's glad
Good.
CZ
I'll
initiative is
leave it
gone?
at that.
Oh my god.
So
Although in this
All you
in
have
this
is that
case,
bike to fight.
it's
and
probably
then this
fine
Star
if
Reaver
it
as
was
well.
back.
That you
Oh yeah, that a bad touched. Yep.
Yep. So the bike's gonna make 3 attacks, all hits, and strength 4, so 5 wounds, nothing. Then the boat, 3 attacks on 3s and 4s, because strength 5 with a reroll from the Troopmaster. 1 wound and no AP.
Siege with the way the deployment rules currently are, Siege doesn't do anything, right? It's just like sort of
Yeah,
it shifts. You're still at a 50-50 to go first, regardless. So it doesn't really matter.
Topped 2 boats that
You did.
turn.
So that's 4.
You Skyweavers are with leadership what 8?
They're
Not
the
really.
So who cares? If we had Siege
So,
back right
sure,
now,
4
it wouldn't do
breakdown.
anything.
Yep.
all right. Is that
I am
the
glad
end
it's
of
gone
your
though,
turn?
just on principle.
Yep.
Okay. So starting my turn, and we'll
Yeah,
get
we do
10
need
for
to
primary.
alternating deployment, 100%.
Okay. So we want to kill the Telemon.
Unfortunately, the community spoke. They said, we want alternating deployment in our games of 40k, even though it's strictly worse than the other methods of deployment. So there you go. Whatever. So that's what we got.
Ooh, we won't be able to be outside of 3, but on... yeah, we can be. Okay. We'll do that there. So he's outside of 3 of the Telemon. So no banner.
Oh, I never consolidated my shield captain.
Oh, if you want to, you can. That's fine.
I mean, it's...
Oh, actually, no, he did, didn't he? Because he killed him and then just went this way.
Oh, yeah. I made room for Bertha. Yep.
Yeah. The green bikes are going to go try to kill the Telemon. So
Yeah, sorry, move.
22 to there. 22, we'll put him there, and we are, yeah, within 24 there. Okay, cool.
Get wrecked, Telemon.
Mm-hmm.
About to get
Okay.
wired.
Let's see. So we want to tie up the Venatari, I think. They're the only ones that can really get over there. And then we can just body block the Aquilons. Right. Okay. So what do we tie up with
I love that these guys are like
what do we tie
gangster
the
style
Venatari
with
up with,
pistols.
though? Probably
Shoot
just
them
a
sideways.
boat.
Why are you
But
doing
then this
that?
guy can't.
But
He
also,
can't
who
fall
cares?
back and charge. Could throw the 2 wound into them, but that probably doesn't survive. I mean, the players should be able to survive against them. I think. Well, you do have 3 CP, so you can still do the. You can still turn off my. It's turn off our rerolls is 2, right?
Yep. Turn off rerolls is 2 and strength is 1.
Right. So you can do both of those still. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So these players are just going to go here. We will be within heroic range of these guys, but that's fine. Just got to stay away from those Aquilons. Troopmaster is just going to hop to here, like so. Death Jester is going to move his 8 inches and get line of sight onto the Venatari. Shadow Seer. What does she want to do? I guess we could throw out Smite and stuff and then just fire and fade to the other side of the wall. That's probably what we're going to do. So she goes 8 to here. She's closer to the Aquilon, so we're going to advance her for 6 inches. So just go a little bit this way. So we are closer there, and then 7 inches can put her. Oh yeah, I can put her way back there. Okay, cool. We're going to get the troops in Star Mover number 3 out. So they're going to get out here, and then the boat's going to fall back. Where can he go? Can't really get me engaged. No point in holding that point, so we may as well just stick him on over here. Actually, let's shift the while he stands first back a bit, and then use them as a body block. Or block, I guess. So this Star Weaver is just going to shift up here, be an inch from the wall, like so. Just make sure that you can't get line of sight from those Sagittarum. 6 there. Okay, we should be fine. And then this guy is just going to hop to here and just be an inch away from the wall. Just like that. And then these players are going to Move. Stay 3 inches from your Quillons. They do want to put some fusion pistols into the Venatari. So, oh, we're a little bit too close on that guy there. So he's going to be back there. He's going to be there. So it looks like we can get 3 in. Works for me. Like so. We'll advance player number 6. May as well. What do they get? 10 inches. Doesn't really make a difference then. So, yeah, we're just gonna.
Nice little fusion firing squad line right there.
Yeah, basically. So these guys are just gonna hang out on that objective. Get me some engage points. All right, I think that is the movement phase. Yeah, that's the movement phase. So psychic, we're gonna do a smite from the Shadow Seer. Goes off with a 9. Would you like to do any denies? I assume not,
nope.
Because yeah, you're saving your CP for the. So 3 onto the Venatari.
Go on 6s.
Yep.
Take 3. 1.
You do have a guy with 1 wound there.
We're in the back.
Yeah. So
it's 1, and then
another guy takes 2.
Yep. I have 4 guys left, right? So then I'll go down to 3. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see now.
Yep.
Angle.
And then we will do a Mirror of Minds as well. Goes up on a 7. That one fails. All right, shooting. Let's start with the Shadow Seer. She's going to shoot her hallucinogen grenade launcher into the Venatari.
Oh,
It's
man,
on
balls.
Yeah, hits on a 3 because she advanced. She misses. That's fine. It's just to spend 1 CP to fire and fader. Back into the safety.
Harlequins shoot so they can move.
Exactly. Exactly.
Not to kill things, just to move.
Yep. Okay, let's do some haywire into the Telemon. So let's start with the 1 bike there, see if he can do it.
Oh man, I'm gonna spend the 1 CP
Yeah.
to try to do it.
Okay. So it's 6
You
shots.
roll poorly here. Oh, did you roll 6 already? Christ.
Yeah, for the solo bike, he's gonna be the hero.
Oh man, I should not be alive.
Oh, so that's no armor saves, but you do have 4 mortal wounds. You gotta make 2.
This guy should
Survive,
not be
buddy.
alive. I made 2.
Try Fortune 07.
Shadow
This is
one. Right.
Warhammer
Shadow
40k. Yep.
Now I have to survive.
Yep, green bikes are gonna all go into him.
Oh, come on.
So
Okay.
8 shots. Okay,
8.
not a
There's
good
a chance.
Oh, I grabbed 1 too many dice.
There's a chance.
Down to 1 on the
Freeze.
Telemon. Come on, buddy.
All right, give me at least a couple 4-ups. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So you have 2 saves and -1 first if you just want to do those.
Not like this. Oh, that's how it happened.
Yeah. Does he
blow.
ignore that 6? Oh,
No.
okay.
Does he blow?
No.
Damn.
All right, that's the bike's done. Let's do some fusion to the Venatari. Let's start with the Troop Master.
So the only reason that matters, Chad, is for
Actually,
the additional 5 points on while
You
we
have a
stand.
guy in 1 wound there, don't you? Yeah.
We're just
so
trying to.
we may as well start with the.
We're trying to accomplish the
player number
weapons
3
here
squad
on the Harlequin
first.
side.
Actually, no, Death Jester. 3 shots into the Venatari. On 2s. On 2s.
And
1
9
hit.
points for the Custodes.
That's all he needed. 3s. 1 wound and no AP.
2s.
He's fine. Let's do these players. So this guy is not in fusion pistol range, so he's just going to shoot his fusion pistol into the Quillon. This guy will shoot his shuriken pistol into the Venatari because the shuriken pistol is 12-inch range, and then these 3 will put their fusions into them. So let's start with the shuriken pistol. On a 3, hits, and on a 5. That's a wound at -3.
Jesus. Shuriken pistol. 4 up.
Wow.
Oh, man.
The shuriken pistol coming in clutch. And then the
I know.
3 fusions on 3s. And then
3s, because I
3s.
didn't do anything.
Yep. So that's 2.
4 up.
They're not in half range, so it's just 1d6. So only 1 damage. And then I have 1 fusion into your Aquilons on a 3, misses. Alright, and then we'll do the 4 fusion pistols from the player 1 squad into the Venatari. These guys are all within half range.
Mm-hmm.
So on 3s, 2 hits, and 3s. 1 wound.
4 up. Give it to me. Nope.
So 2d6 shot the lowest for 3 damage. So we kill the guy in 2. And then the Troop Master, 1 shot on 2 hits and 3s. Does not wound. Alright, that is the shooting done. So charging, we'll put the Troop Master into the Venatari. He's going 3 plus 2 is 5, so he's just going to go right to here. Just staying nice far back. And then player 1 will also go into Venatari for 5 inches. So we're going to do something like...
yeah, so we're just setting up a body block
here,
contain on the
guy.
Aquilons.
Just go there more or less.
Trying to stop them from getting into the Skyweavers
then,
right back here. We do have a couple Skyweavers that are
No, we can't really get
targets.
those guys in.
So keeping them alive scores Goddard,
Okay.
or scores Jonathon the remainder
So,
of his secondary
yeah,
points.
that is the charges all done. Actually...
I think generally the Venatari Custodians are pretty highly regarded. Just having a fast unit in Custodes that it isn't, a 90-point bike is a pretty big deal.
6-inch charge.
But in addition, they also have some pretty solid guns, especially at hitting 2-wound infantry.
There. These guys will go 6 inches to...
And I believe that they were just upgraded to a 2+ armor save in the last Imperial armor,
So I assume you're turning off rerolls.
which is nice to have.
For 1 Venatari now
Yeah, true, fair enough.
is, I don't think, worth it.
Double fire is good for them. Is that if they
I mean, I need to...
can they take multiple destroyers?
I'm not going to be able to get back to these units here.
No.
I mean, it's the only chance of getting back there. If I survive somehow and fight and kill,
Yeah.
like a hole.
Oh, they double attacks with pistols as well, too.
Yeah, because then
For superior fire patterns.
Points.
In my head, that was just rapid fire, but that's, yeah, you could just definitely double tap those guys.
So, yeah, I'll spend 2.
Sure.
I'll spend 2 to turn off your rerolls.
Okay.
I mean, that strat is
So,
just money like
Troop
every
Master's gonna
time,
have 10
right?
attacks now.
Like almost any time you have a decent shot with the Custodes unit, you just take it.
Actually, yeah, he's on 3 wounds, so he can survive because you do take 2 more
could.
at the end. So hitting on
Oh,
2s.
yes, that's right.
I actually
Yeah,
think
if you want to take that back, I forgot to mention.
No, I mean, no. I mean, literally, it's the only way I can score points.
Yeah,
So,
so force the wounds. So 5 at -3.
watch me stick a bunch of 4-up pinballs.
Not quite. Alright, and then he is going to just consolidate.
Actually, I think that Custodes actually have a pretty wide swath
And
of
you have
playable
5
options in
Aquilons
there
so then
between their
these, do you want to interrupt?
Imperial
No, you
armor
don't
stuff and their
actually.
codex.
So these guys.
There's
will
a lot
just
of interesting
consolidate
archetypes for the
onto
faction.
objective as well, and contestants, like so. Because we have 5 and 5, yeah. Okay, and then the bikes. Let's look at all our attacks. 9 attacks. A hit on 3s. Ooh, only 3 and 5s. Nothing. That's fine. They weren't there to do anything.
Alright, so they're going to swing back.
Yep.
For a 12 shots
Yep.
total.
You could kill them.
Could.
There are 12 wounds exactly in that squad. Or, sorry, no, there's only 9. Math is hard.
2s.
Yep.
Are already down to 2, down to 10.
Yeah.
And then 3s.
Yep.
Probably could have gotten rerolls off the shield captain, but I
No,
guess it doesn't
one
really
will
matter.
live no matter what. If you
Yep.
kill all of these.
So you do kill a bike and
Kill a bike and
1
one
takes.
wound.
Okay. So that is the end of my turn. So I will get 2 for engage. And yeah, that's all I got. No morale to be done. So over to you.
Custodes don't have to look at you to kill you.
So
They know you're there with
I
their
get
supernatural
2
senses.
points for banners.
They are
you
superhuman
have 2 points for
warriors.
banners
They
and
can just
10
shoot that gun
primaries.
behind them.
And I actually hold 3.
In fairness, these Skyweavers are kind of
1,
going
2,
the
3.
the wrong
Oh,
direction.
Oh yes,
2.
I only hold 2. Yeah, because we're only contesting that. Yeah. Oh, I should have put
Yeah.
1 guy there. So yeah, you do get max primaries. Good point.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Um,
So we will get 10 on While We Stand for the Custodes.
There's literally no way I can shoot any of the
plus
boats
an
back
additional
there.
2 for
Yeah.
banners, so we should be at
There's no. I can't
65
put a banner anywhere new.
to 91. I
Yeah.
think will be the final.
So there's literally
Score.
no more points I can score.
Okay.
So I just get my 10 for here, and I think that's the end
All
of
right,
the game.
chat. Roll it up in there. If anybody has any questions for the
Another
players,
2 banners at the end of the game.
Yep.
push them on in, because that's going to be the end.
Yay.
Jonathan, with the win,
game,
going
man.
first with
Good game.
Harlequins. What a shocker.
So we gotta
But
talk about
was
this,
able to
obviously,
pilot his
because
list
Yeah.
masterfully to
tell me how
deny
beat
the
this
power of
list,
the
because I
Custodes.
don't understand how to beat this list, particularly when you play KG like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I knew when you took Bring It Down, I just knew that I literally don't have to actually kill anything to win the game.
So when I took Bring It Down,
Yeah.
then you didn't have to kill anything?
I don't have to kill anything because I can score all my secondaries without killing stuff. So I just hide
Right.
the entire
What
game.
is that? What does that have to do with my secondaries?
So because Bring It Down means that you have to kill my vehicles.
Right.
So there's no point in me flinging my vehicles at you and giving you free points. So I just need to hide and just score points because since you have to kill stuff for this, if I don't let you kill stuff and just score my secondaries, then I just passively score points and get more than you because Bring It Down's not scoring you any.
Yep. Right. I get that. I should have understood more what your secondaries meant for your gameplay, because
Right.
none of your secondaries meant you had to go and do anything.
Exactly.
Besides hide.
Yeah.
Besides hide and get in corners or quarters.
Yep.
So, and I think I got a little too like I have my game plan. I'm going to execute my game plan, because the game plan was to basically come across and hold these 3.
Yeah.
And that was wrong. I think particularly when you had no attacking or offensive secondaries.
Yes.
I think I also probably should have put Terminators here, like tanked up on this one too. Like not move my Terminators, put the Storm Shield guys here, maybe put the Banner guy here as well.
Right.
But you can pounce like your whole army on
Exactly.
part of mine.
Yeah.
So that's why I tended to try to turtle.
No, yeah, I mean,
to pump fake you a little bit, but
Yeah.
it didn't really work.
you do kind of have to castle because, like, I mean, if you put stuff here, like turn 1, I can get, 1 boat here, fire and fade it 7 more inches, fusion pistol you. I can Twilight Pathways another boat. That's 2 fusion pistol boats into whatever's here. And then if everything else is over on the other side of the table, you have no way to actually like counterattack me.
Yep.
Yeah, because like when I went into this, I just knew that I just need to extend the table as long as possible.
Yeah.
Make your movement, the movement disparity even worse, and then just basically deny you points wherever possible and just score mine. Like I can't beat you in a fight. That's just the way it works. And so I just have to avoid you and score points.
Mm-hmm. And how do I stop you from avoiding me? Do I make a big push middle? No, I mean
no. If how to stop me from avoiding you
on this map.
On this map, it's real hard. Usually, having bikes helps because the bikes move fast.
Yeah.
But bikes aren't also good into every other matchup. So like bikes are good against Harlequins, but then against Space Marines, they don't do as much as like Aquilons or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this match, the mission, despite my best efforts to bribe Trevi, we had to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the prep matches I had, at least, my opponents had at least, they took one. They didn't take While We Stand. While We Stand was a brilliant take. It was the right thing to do. You had the right strategy going ahead, right? Extend the board, as you said. Because in that case, it was like you had to, my opponents were going to get basically 0 on one of them if they stayed away. So it kind of forced them to come to me. But you didn't have to do that at all.
No. No, I did not.
Because the other one I was...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Another reason why While We Stand We Fight is so good is because Bring It Down is kind of a trap pick, because I take While We Stand We Fight a lot. And so, like, my 2 Star Weavers are then worth 7 points, and I just stick them in a corner the entire game. And they don't die, right?
I mean, what's my other choice, though? It was Assassinate.
Yeah. Assassinate's not great, because, I mean, you killed 1 character.
Right.
Yeah, there's this map is hard because this mission secondary is terrible.
Yeah, the mission secondary is really bad.
I mean, maybe like Line Breaker, because these deployment zones are so long. You could just drop your
like I did.
Your captain there, and you're scoring 4 points a turn, basically.
I mean, I only lost. I got 35 on primaries to your 45. I mean, there was like I should have. The Trajan staying on this objective would have gotten me another 5. I would have this should have been like that. Really. Yeah. Just for small little errors in my own movement. Well, actually, it was that one, the Trajan not standing there, and then not making a 9-inch charge 3 times.
That was big, yeah.
Because that could have put me, that would have put me at a parity on primary.
Yeah.
And then it's a game of secondaries. That's what I thought. I thought we would have parity on primary, and it would be a secondary match. But you picked the right ones. I
mean, it is very hard to pick secondaries. If I were you, I probably would have went Line Breaker, because that's pretty easy to get. And then instead of
I've never taken Line Breaker.
Yeah, it's a very strange pick when you think about it, but at the same time, it actually can work quite well.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I can deny deep strikes in my entire deployment zone, because that's just too long, and I would be outside all my auras. It would be so easy to just kill everything there. And then
instead of banners,
deploy? Deploy scramblers, yeah. Because if you look at what your shield custodians did, they didn't do much the entire game, and you banners here, you could have very easily just run the shield guys up, or even just put these sisters in strategic reserve, and then bring them in on turn 3 or whatever, and scramblers the deployment zone.
Get them there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking that I could at least get 10 on banners, holding 2 and turtling on 2.
Right.
So I thought that was like a push, but you're right. Deploy scramblers probably would have been the better choice, and Linebreaker would have been the better choice. I mean, in that case, I think I still take While We Stand, even though I knew I was only going to get 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then if I had done, Linebreaker is 4 points, right?
4 points a turn. Yeah. So you would have gotten Linebreaker for
I brought them in
turn 2.
I brought them in turn 2, and they weren't. Oh no, maybe I could have put them.
You could have put them all the way within, yeah. So you could max out Linebreaker. Now, granted, Linebreaker wouldn't work in every matchup and every table. If you hammer and anvil, the Linebreaker is probably not the best call.
Yeah. And then deploy scramblers would sort of been a 10, and While We Stand would have been 10.
Yep.
So I think technically we would have beaten me by 1.
Yes.
Because of your engage. Yeah.
Yeah. But it would have been a much closer, because you would have been able to score points more easily, right?
So how do I think to take Linebreaker next time? I guess if my game plan was to push across, I should have realized that from the beginning, that I'm going to drop these guys back here.
Right.
Right. I should have thought. I should have logically surfaced. Yeah, I've never taken that before, but you're right. It would have been a better pick.
Yeah, and then as well, if you do, like, if you put the sisters in strategic reserves, and that's another unit that you can put in the deployment zone turn 2 or 3 for another 4 points sort of thing.
For another 4 points. Right.
So then that way, like, if you want to drop your shield captain somewhere else, you're like, oh, this is a great point spot for him, then just tell him on, shield captain. Or tell him on, and then the sisters there, and then that's your 4 points for the turn. And then, yeah, since the Sagittarium can advance and shoot, then they can get over there pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Good points. Very good points.
Yeah, Chet, the players are just talking through potential points.
Thanks for the good game, man.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Good sport about
the
it all.
final score is not, in fact,
yeah,
87 to 91.
Yeah, I don't remember
60.
what the finals. Managed to get 6.
I had 6, and I was there. I think that's
91 to
right.
6. I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I input the score for you guys, so you're
Oh,
okay,
thanks,
awesome.
Trevi.
Yeah, you're all set. Thanks for the game, guys. Jonathan, congratulations on another win.
Thanks.
That was certainly
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, we were impressed with that sort of masterclass of the kite strategy from our opponents there. Oh boy, you can't catch those guys; they're too fast.
Yeah, they are very quick, and they have lots of tricks.
Yeah, for sure, and especially for Custodes who are not fast, it's a little bit rough. But thanks for playing. I appreciate you guys coming on. That was a good game to watch.
Yeah, thanks for hosting, Trevi.
Yeah, thanks.
And do you just roll dice when you assign mission? How do you do this?
Yeah, it's a random number generator.
An RNG?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can roll dice online, so I just do that.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, hey, I made it to my first pod finals. Hopefully, not my last.
Nice, congratulations.
Now that I dropped guard and just gave up on that.
Yeah, that's probably the right call.
Poor guard.
I know. And then I tried like a mono, like a guard and Custodes mix, and no. Now mono Custodes much better.
I think you need something fast to go alongside guard, because like Manticores, oh boy, are they good still. And some of the tanks are pretty okay. But yeah, you need something that creates space for them. And I'm not sure Custodes are fast enough.
No, it's not that. Maybe like
Blood Angels or Space
Blood
there's
Angels
some
or
Space
Space
Marines.
Wolves, yeah.
I know Fuccini and the Discord's been playing them with Raven Guard, which has been doing pretty well.
What do you play now, Trevi?
I forever and ever play Tyranids.
Oh yes.
My win percentage drops dramatically when I play any other faction, so I'm stuck
Really?
there. Yeah.
Have you played my buddy Tyrannid Ben yet?
I haven't played with him, but we do talk pretty often.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's I think at top of your standings right now.
He is number 1 currently, repping the Tyranids.
I know, right?
Loving it.
Who would have thought? Hopefully, he can stay top 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I think at this late in the season, I think he's pretty much a shoo-in for top 16 at the end. So I'm excited to see him strut his stuff in the Invitational. I think that's going to be good.
Is there any other NID player that's going to make it? Yourself, perhaps?
No, I don't.
You don't play in your own league?
I usually just fill in for odd spots, and then I play 1 or 2 rounds, and I'm out. So I think I'm like top 60 right now with 100 points or something. Nice. So yeah, I don't think there's anybody else who's really top with much Xenos at all, to be honest, outside of Eldari.
Yeah. Aren't Necrons doing good again? Well, actually, I guess there's not enough pods to really get up there.
Yeah,
yet.
It looks like I think we do have 1 Necron in the top.
Yeah, I think we're both in pod 21, Jonathan.
Yeah.
There's a Necron list up there on the top right now. It's only 1 round.
Right.
And then, Trevi, is there going to likely be another like pod 22 or pod 23? What are you at now? Before the end of the year? Or the end of the season?
Pods will continue to launch at the same rate. Yeah, so 22 already launched. Pods are still going to be going. They're just going to be abbreviated so that they finish before the end of the season.
Gotcha.
So as we get closer, they'll just be shorter and shorter. And then Rapid Fires are still going as well. Rapid Fire 4 is about halfway full right now, and Rapid Fire 3 is in finishing up round 1.
I see.
So,
and your combat patrol ones are not counting for the
Correct. Yeah,
season
they'll have.
score.
Yeah, the CPCS has its own ranking system, and that one's a little bit different. That one also takes scores from real life events as well. So that one's not exclusive to Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, gotcha. Good. Trying to foster the combat patrol community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Digitally and in real life.
Yeah, there's not that many events for it, so we got to take what we can get.
No, right. Jonathan, have you tried a combat patrol mission yet?
I have not, no.
It's fun. I mean, it's sufficiently tactical at 500 points. You'd be surprised.
I considered
going an hour.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. I guess they are quite small.
Yeah, and especially for in-person events, part of the appeal is that you can sort of play extra games, so you can. I think your final standing will be a little bit more appropriate, I think, because you just get that extra data. So if you go down one game to something stupid, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I like your new strategy of like choose two lists, bring two lists to the table, and pick one when you start.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that alleviates any weird matchups too, because obviously 500 points you don't have a lot to take for like tech pieces. So if you hit somebody running 40 models, you're not just like boned.
True. Although I still wonder if 229 is the point limit on the unit. I'm still thinking it should be lower. But
yeah, maybe. It will definitely.
You lowered it from what, 240, right?
We started at 250 and moved down slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But 229 makes it so like a lot of the Death Star stuff, you at least have to tone it down. Like you can't take a tank commander with like all of its sponsons and stuff. You have to make some sacrifices, and almost all of them you have to drop a weapon or something.
Drop like war gear.
Yeah.
What about making them not? What about not having to take a patrol detachment? Can you talk about that?
That's
like allowing
theoretically.
Whatever detachments you want.
I think it opens up some weirdness, which like sort of spamming stuff that has particularly strong, single what do you call it, force organization slots. I think a lot of Space Marines like kind of go crazy with that. It's just like,
you could still probably fit like 29 Repentia in that list. Probably.
Yeah. So I don't know if you gain too much from moving outside of the patrol detachment, but you do. There are some obviously some factions that are allowed to move outside of a patrol, just so that they can play. So.
Oh, right, like...
you can take an execution force, and you can take knights outside of a patrol.
Execution force, like a bunch of, like, assassins and...
The list ends up being... you get one Inquisitor and 4 assassins. It's horrifically bad.
Good?
No, it's really bad. I played it on stream one evening, and I just went until I won one game, and I think it took me 4 games to win one.
Oh, jeez.
It's not good, but it's super fun. But it is really bad.
You'd have quick turns too.
Yeah, your turns are super quick, and you only have 5 models, so what's the worst that could happen? But yeah, sometimes you just fail some invulnerable saves, and then the game's over. Oops.
It's like you're playing knights.
It's like you're playing knights, but your models have 4 wounds instead of 24.
Yeah,
a little different. It is a fun one, though. All the different assassin abilities are fun to play.
Right, yeah. Cool. Well, Chevy, thanks so much for creating this community, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for participating and playing.
Yeah.
And thanks, guys, for the game. It was a fun one.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Next time, new mission, hopefully. I'll see you in the next one, Jonathan.
All right, I'll keep that in mind just for you.
Yeah.
I'll roll the weighted 9-sided dice.
Yes, the weighted RNG numerator. Just give me the
algorithm. Give me battle lines.
Get it back to you.
Yeah, good old battle lines for me. How's that? All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks,
have a good
guys.
one, everyone.
See ya.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Okay, everybody, that's going to be it for me today. Hope everyone enjoyed that game. Thanks, everyone who came in and participated and followed. We're up at 225 followers right now, which is sick because we were at like 50 this morning. So really appreciate it. That's super awesome. I'm going to be live. And as we say that, the most moist boy comes in. I love moistness. I'm going to be live every day this week with some streaming. I don't know if it's going to be 40k, and I don't know if it's going to be commentary, but we're trying to get to 7 days of streaming because Twitch likes that. So stay tuned for more stuff. Probably same time tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a game in. I'm going to see if I can squeeze out some time to play a game. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. We also have the CPCS Invitational. We're going to be pairing some new rounds for that pretty shortly. And some finals events. I mean, finals events will always be coming for, or finals games will always be coming for T5S2. So those will be up here as well. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Keep it classy, folks. Happy wargaming, all that stuff. Remember to join the super cool giveaway. Win a Tyranny Battle Force. And yeah, cheers.